Trump is building a golf club in Qatar. This has nothing to do with the United States deal. This has everything to do with that open pocket that Donald Trump got.
Mama Clark. No, listen, I agree. Well, I won't say I agree, but I do believe that jet that Trump received from the nation of Qatar, Qatar, whatever they call it, has a lot to do with why we suddenly relationship. I do agree with you on that. But I mean, it is,
and his golf course he's building over there.
I mean, Trump is a quid pro quo kind of guy. You shake my hand, I shake your hand. Trump is, I mean, he's a deal maker, and that's what I believe happened with Qatar.
Let me ask you this, Tim, because we're having a good conversation right now. Check this out. If the country is doing so good, you know, Trump said the economy is booming. Energy is going down, gas is going down, food prices are going down. He's taking in trillions of dollars from tariffs. What's the need of firing people?
Retribution. The Democrats are not opening the country up. So
when he said we're gonna be getting rid of Democrat policy that's very popular that Republicans don't like, the Democrats bought them this on themselves. What kind of president is only for the party that he represents?
I think,
and he thought he was going to get a peace prize, baby pie.
Once again, in defense,
I told you the only peace prize he was gonna get with that piece that sit on the top of his head. Ain't nobody finna give him no Nobel Peace Prize now.
But the man did say he ended 8 wars, Takesha.
Tim, if he ended 8 wars, I ended 10.
You know what's funny is that he says he ended all these wars while simultaneously bragging that no new war started under him. So that means all these wars is going on under Biden. Never said anything about him. So there is something that don't make any sense.
Tim, nothing, if you be honest, nothing Trump says makes any sense to a logical thinking person. Trump he ain't even ended the war where the people supposed to come home Monday, Tuesday. By the time he said it, Israel bombed them folks right where he was saying that it was a peace deal. Come on, Tim.
This is our president, Takesha. I got to move it on. 3 more years. It'll be over in 3 years, right?
That's what you think. I'm mark my words, Tim. Mark my words.
You're saying by December. That's like the month after next.
He won't make it to 2026 as the president. Mark my words, Tim.
I think you're wrong. Let me ask you before I let you go. Okay, you're saying he's not going to make it to 2026. What's going to happen to prevent that?
They're going to do the 25th Amendment on it.
You're going to have a whole bunch of crazy MAGA coming to stop that. If they try to do the 20, huh?
They can't stop them folks from doing that. Listen, ain't nobody scared of MAGA but y'all.
December, huh?
Listen, when January 2026 comes, J.D. Vance will be president.
Oh my God. I don't believe it. I gotta go. That's a hell of a statement, though. Will we be better off under J.D. Vance?
Hell no. No, because I just told you they've been grooming him with the Project 2025. No, we ain't gonna be no better.
Yeah, I think you're crazy, but we'll see. We only got 2 months to find out.
Maybelline Queen ain't gonna do us no better, Tim.
Oh my God.
The mascara man will screw us up too.
I think you're crazy. I gotta go, Takesha. Appreciate it.
All right.
Good talk. All right, moving on with the program. Tap the screen. And I see in the comments, Teddy Owen says, I wish, but I take that bet. Yeah, so you want Trump gone, but you would take the bet that he's not going to be gone by December. I'm in the same camp as you, Teddy. I don't think Trump's going to be gone by any means by December. That's a hell of a bold statement to make. Look, I would be more willing to entertain because of his age. Maybe he won't finish out 3 years, but she's saying less than 2 months. I mean, or 2 months or so. That's a bold prediction. I don't believe that. He's not, he don't look like he's that unhealthy. Yeah, he's got swollen ankles and his hands look like the top of a pizza. I get it, but he's flying to Israel in a few days. I mean, Trump is a very busy, active man. I don't see that. The only thing I would say is this: when you get to be Trump's age, where he's almost 80 years old, he has already lived beyond the average lifespan of American male. I mean, we all have a lifespan. Black males have a lifespan shorter than white males, and women's lifespan is longer. He's beyond the average American lifespan of a white male. He's already beyond that. And he has to do 3 more years in office. And of course, he's boasting that he plans to be president from the age of 83 to 87 as the 48th president. I don't know about that, but when you get to be Biden's age, you can be healthy, walking around, fall and hurt your hip or something like that, and literally be dead within a few months. I mean, you know, we've all had relatives that were, by all intents and purposes, perfectly fine to a ripe old age, and they just went downhill really fast. I mean, 79 is not young. Despite what you think about President Trump, 79 is not young whatsoever. Anyway, looking in the comments, evil people go quickly, says Freedom Fighter. Well, Trump's 79. He didn't go quickly. Trump looks like he's about to kick the bucket, says Allison on YouTube. I don't know. But I'm going to ask you guys to tap the screen, get the likes on up to 60,000. Help your boy with the TikTok cap goal. You know what I always say, show the program some love. He's day by day, says Daryl. Let me ask you guys this before I go to the next caller. By way of yes or no in the comments. Yeah, appreciate the hat mustache there, Mike. Let me ask you guys this, yes or no in the comments. If Trump was in some serious medical turmoil, do you feel confident? Because Trump is transparent. That's what his administration said. They're very transparent. Do you feel confident by way of yes or no in the comments? Do you feel confident that they would tell you what's going on? If President Trump was in some serious medical turmoil, maybe he knew something really bad was coming down the pipe and the doctor gave him 9 months or 2 years or something of that nature. Maybe the doctor just simply told him, you need to give up this public life for your health. Do you feel confident that President Trump and his administration would actually relay that to the American people? Yes or no in the comments. I don't see anyone saying yes. Wow. I don't see anyone. I see somebody joke that Paul says, but Joe Biden would tell you. No, Joe Biden wouldn't either. Not one person. Not one person says that Trump would actually tell you. Wow, that's crazy for a guy that is literally boasting about how transparent he is. No one believes he would say that. All right, going back to the box. Nicole Gooden. Good evening, Nicole. Welcome to the program. Gavin Newsom looks amazing. Pause.
What's going on, Tim?
Not much at all. Good to have you on the program. Just Friday night politics here. There's a hell of a lot going on. One of the busiest weeks I've seen in politics in a long time. Nicole, did we lose you? Okay, apparently her device or something. Okay, there we go. All right, so what do you think? I mean, it's been a hellified busy week. President Trump is now firing federal workers, something we don't normally see when a government shutdown takes place. Why do you think he's doing that?
Because he's vindictive. He doesn't know any better. And I mean, he's trying to rule. Didn't I tell you when he first got elected that he was going to take us down? I told you that he wanted us to be like a third world country. We have too much power, right? We have freedom of speech, which he clearly wants to get rid of. And there's a lot of people that are opinionated that is negative towards him. He don't want to hear that. He don't want to see it. He don't want us to have freedom. He don't want us to have food or money.
You think President Trump wants America to resemble a third world country?
Yes.
What would be the benefit of that?
Why would you get rid of healthcare? Why would you get rid of any subsidies and grants and things like that? I mean, there's a few things left, but it's not a lot. You know, anything that can help the American people, you're getting rid of it. Social Security people that paid into that. When do we get ours? I've paid into that for years.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, Trump's base, the MAGA side of the aisle, they actually think America's getting significantly better. What do you think you're seeing that they're not seeing?
Because it hasn't hit them yet.
Ooh.
It hasn't hit me.
I mean, I don't really feel any way about it. I have multiple streams of income, but I know that it can and it could. So it's not too long before it does.
But do you really have to see? I mean, do you have to get hit by a train without realizing it's coming down the track? Does it actually have to
If
hit
you're
you
MAGA,
first?
you do.
Huh?
If you're MAGA, you do.
So MAGA has no foreshadowing ability.
So the farmers learn the hard way, right? What's the saying? Fuck around to find out.
Yeah.
So everybody will find out in their own given time. Only time that you start to care and cry is when it comes back home. Okay, so then if you don't have any SNAP benefits, if you don't have insurance, if your husband loses his federal job or your wife loses your federal job, then you actually feel it. But until it actually comes to your doorstep, you feel like it's happening to everybody else but you.
Yeah, but even if it's happening to other people, wouldn't MAGA still be concerned? I mean, MAGA are Americans; they're patriotic Americans. So if they see other Americans suffering, why wouldn't they be concerned with that? I mean, does it have to
we
be
not say
you?
that about the same thing about the MAGA that are brown and black? They voted to have their family and friends deported.
Yeah, there is.
So but the catch-22 was they started snatching up legals with illegals. So now what? Now you got to figure out. You got to run around with your passport and birth certificate on you just so you don't get snatched up by ICE.
Are they actually okay? If ICE grabs you and questions your right to be here, are you saying they have to have their passports presented at that time on them?
Well, from the news clippings that I've seen, it sounds like you have to have some type of identification or you're going to get rounded up with everybody else.
Wow.
I don't think that they're doing it as extreme now, but they're in Broadview, Illinois right now.
Yeah.
And it's been, oh my God, it's been going down. I heard they were bombing, like doing smoke bombs and different things. I've been out there, but I haven't seen evidence. But I heard they blocked off 25th Street. So no one can go down. I don't know if that was from the city, them doing it themselves, or was it from ICE?
So I'm kind of wondering, like, if you get grabbed, because they're obviously able to accost you without no reason. So it's not like you're speeding down a highway or you're doing something goofy. They can literally just walk up to you and start questioning you. So if you don't have your ID or your stuff on you, what are they doing? They're just holding you in custody?
Probably. I don't know. That's a good question. I try to stay away from that because I think black people are next. So.
Wow. You think the Trump administration has an alternative in a future goal of rounding up African Americans?
Absolutely. They want the white population to be increased. So how do you do that? You get rid of the brown and the black people because what?
What would be they're going with immigration for brown folks. So they're not rounding up brown folks that were born here though. I mean they're going after illegals and undocumented.
Yeah, right. They're going after anybody. It doesn't matter. They don't care if you're actually legal or illegal. Hey, here's the other thing. Those couple of thousands or millions of people that they sent to El Salvador and those different places, who could verify if those people are actually immigrants or not?
That's a good question.
Who verified? They didn't even give a list and say these people are gone.
Yeah.
And then they're taking... Then I think that they were working on like Haitian. Sometimes you can't tell Haitian from black people. So how are you supposed to differentiate that?
That's a good question because from what I heard, even some of the folks that were at Alligator Alcatraz has come up missing. Some of their family members are like, we know they were there, but we have not been told where they went or where they are at all. You are correct, is because there is so little checks and balances that if the Trump administration grabs an American but tells everybody that person is an illegal immigrant, nobody is really performing any checks and balances. So we can kind of just get away with it.
How can you when you got a bunch of cronies and people that just fall in line? But there are checks and balances. He's just not going by them. So that's the issue. But imagine, I guarantee that there are people over there that are actually legal citizens of the U.S. and they're in El Salvador or somewhere. Those people, everybody over there is not a gang member or M13 and blah, blah, blah. It's not that case.
You know, I really wish, and I tend to agree with you that everybody in El Salvador that was sent down there is probably not a bad hombre, as Trump said. I really wish that they would just give them some form of due process, or at least let us know who was sent. Because by keeping it so secretive, it can go exactly like you're stating, where you're just sending people that you don't like. I mean, it could be anything.
But I don't even think it was the like or dislike. I think just you were brown skinned and you just got caught in the wrong place. So regardless, like I forgot this lady asked me a question about what did I think about immigration, and she was Puerto Rican. She looked black to me, right? But neither here nor there. But she said something about because I haven't been able to watch TV lately because I got my own business going on, but it was like questioning if Puerto Ricans were a part of the U.S. Like, what are we doing? Come on now. Like, it's ridiculous.
I cannot tell you, speaking of questioning whether Puerto Ricans are Americans or not, Bad Bunny, the halftime performer, he's Puerto Rican. And I cannot tell you how many folks I've talked to on the MAGA side of the aisle that are basically suggesting that he's the equivalent of a Mexican. A lot of people do not realize Puerto Ricans are American citizens. A whole lot of people don't realize that.
Clearly, our president don't either, but
I don't believe that. I don't believe you said that.
Ignorant that you want to be. Like, everything that he says is basically an outright lie, and for people to regurgitate it and speak of it as like it's law is crazy to me. Like, all of these right-wing Republicans.
I don't know if she had a call or not.
No, that's my insulin pump, but I commend those that kind of stepped down because they chose not to do what goes against the law. Like the guy from New York that didn't want to prosecute
Letitia James.
The prosecution.
Yeah, Letitia James.
I commend those. I mean, even though I think it's the weak step, you should stand up. But at least, I don't know if that's better. Do you think that's better if they step down, or then, because he just finds somebody that falls in line with his
Well, it depends on the situation you got going. And apparently when you went out and came back in, there's an echo here, but it depends on what if you got a family to worry about, because if you go against Trump, you understand they're going to come at, people are going to be threatening your family and everything like this. So as opposed to doing all of that, sometimes resigning is the best choice to make. Also, you resign as opposed to continuing to push back against President Trump, just replace you and not himself be trying to mess with you. I mean, so I can understand why some folks are like, I don't want to do Trump's bidding, but I also don't want to be fighting against President Trump, because there is a lot to lose doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably the best and safest way to get out of that situation. But it leaves us with a lot of people that don't have any morals and high ground. Yeah.
And that, you raise an interesting point, because a lot of folks are saying that, when Pete Hegseth of all of those generals and admirals, that a lot of people are going to resign. But it's exactly what you stated. If those generals start resigning, you're just making openings for President Trump to put in loyalists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you see, he didn't have the generals that he had in the first administration. He didn't want anybody speaking truth to power. He just wanted everybody to agree with him, and that's exactly what he has now. He has a bunch of cronies that agree with everything that he does, whether it's right or wrong. And what's the point of firing the federal workers? Like, which workers is he firing? I saw a news clipping, but I didn't get a chance to read it.
According to Trump, and I do have a quick clip I'll entertain with you. I want you to, this is only a few seconds, but I want you to hear what he had to say in regards to who he's firing.
Despite all of the damage that it's caused, the shutdown has been, damaging. I mean, it's not yet because it's early, but it gets a little bit worse as it goes along. And we'll be making cuts that will be permanent. And we're only going to cut Democrat programs. I hate to tell you. I guess that makes sense. But we're only cutting Democrat programs.
There you go. That's who he's firing. That was today, a few hours ago.
Okay, so what the fuck is Democrat programs?
Well, I don't know exactly, but there you go. I mean, he's doing it from a partisan standpoint.
Oh, my God. If this is the chickens coming home to roost, I don't know what it is. What is a Democrat program? Does he not think, just let's say he cuts SNAP benefits. Does he not think that there are Republicans on these benefits?
Well,
Do you think that the only people that get any kind of benefit is Democrats?
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think that's how he would do it. I think if Trump wanted to cut SNAP benefits, he would find some kind of way to reduce the amount of SNAP funds going to Democrat states and not change it. Yeah. But even if he does that, you are correct, because President Trump does not seem to realize that even in Democratic states, only the big cities are Democrat. Like in Illinois, most of the downstate counties are all red. Yeah.
But that's how it is in the majority of the states.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of
The
Republicans.
majority of those rural areas are Republican. Like where I live is Republican. There's Democrats there. I'm there, but the big cities are more mainly Democrat. But those suburbs are Republican. He gonna screw over everybody.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that, because
that's what it's gonna take, though.
Yeah, even in liberal states like California, there's a hell of a lot of Republican voters in California, in upstate New York, downstate Illinois. So you start punishing Democratic states, you're gonna hurt a lot of MAGA as well. There's a whole lot of them there too.
But what would be funny is I want to hear people support this and say it's okay. Like, if I hear Republicans or Democrats or anyone independent saying that you can cut Democratic programs, what the hell is a Democratic program? Like, but here's my other issue. We have the most illiterate, non-speaking, non-talking, just, oh my God, it's irritating to listen. And they're supposed to be doing a cognitive test.
Well, okay, yeah, you're Nicole, you're okay. She dropped, going in and out there. Anyway, folks, tap the screen. We lost my last caller. We'll continue. I don't know. Look, he's the president of the United States. He's rose to billionaire status. Buy into the notion that Trump is stupid. I think he's a very smart guy. I think he's very intelligent. I mean, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, you may see him as using his intelligence for evil purposes, but I think he's a very intelligent guy. I think he's very smart. You don't get to the highest seat on the planet twice by being stupid. I don't think he's stupid. I don't think he's stupid at all. I think he's a very smart guy. You just may not like what he's doing, but I don't think he's stupid. Looking at the comments, host smiling, sick Trump apologist. One of my viewers is saying that I am smiling and I am a sick Trump apologist. Wow. All right. Tap the screen, by the way, folks. Get the likes on up to 70,000. You do, ain't you something, says Rock Provident. Huh? Okay. Not stupid, but unable to form a sentence, says Nicole Good. Okay, my last caller said Trump is not stupid, just unable to form a sentence. You know that's what they used to say about Joe Biden as well, though. We don't know the programs yet. People will assume before we even know yet. Rochelle, look, the man said he's going to target Democratic shit, so you're only doing so much assuming. Okay, you don't know which program, but he's made it clear it's going to be aimed at hurting the Democratic Party. He's giving you enough information to make a hell of an assumption. Okay, you don't know which program specifically, but you can tell he's being biased in what he's doing.
It's not yet because it's early, but it gets a little bit worse as it goes along. And we'll be making cuts that will be permanent. And we're only going to cut Democrat programs. I guess that makes sense. But we're only cutting Democrat programs, cutting some very popular Democrat programs that aren't with Republicans, frankly, because that's the way it works. They wanted to do this, so we'll give them a little taste of their own medicine. But Chuck Schumer proclaimed this morning that every day gets better for them. No, every day it's actually getting worse for them, and they're having a rebellion in the Democrat Party. Despite all of the damage.
Damn, I can't stop it. I got to say, if there's one thing that I am personally concerned with, it maybe MAGA likes what he's doing, maybe the Democrats do not. I'm concerned with a president that is so focused on revenge. So focused. Folks, we got grocery prices that are still off the chain. We got inflation has not went down. You hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene just said. The price of energy has not went down. Her energy bill still going up. She stated the cost of living is not. Republicans saying that. Why not focus on that stuff instead of going after your adversaries constantly day in and day out? I mean, the folks that support Trump, that like him going after his adversaries still would like a good economy as well. Yeah, it's fun and enjoyable to watch liberals cry, but I still want to have a lower grocery bill. Have fun, tell some jokes, put Hakeem Jeffries out there in a sombrero. But at the same time, could you lower the price of beef? Could you make it so that I can, actually feed my kids off of one check the way I used to? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand that. He seems to be hell-bent solely on revenge as opposed to actually making America great. Do you see America currently in its current state as being great? He's only been president for 8 months. I get it. But even the trajectory of what he's doing, does it look like we're on the path of being great or on the path of being vengeful? And by the way, what are the chances that the government is ever going to reopen up with him doing stuff like this? Why would the Democrats work with him whatsoever here? So in other words, because the Democrats, we've now went into week 3 of a government, as opposed to trying to negotiate with the Democrats, you're going to give them the greatest motivation ever to continue not working with you. How does that make sense? Particularly coming from someone who is known as saying he's really good at negotiating. This does not seem like good negotiation skills to me. Tyron Blue, appreciate the super chat, says, what do you think about the Colombian president saying that one of the boats Trump blew up were Colombian citizens? What do you think the outcome would be? Well, Colombia doesn't have the military capabilities to challenge America. There's nothing Colombia can really do. I mean, just like when Israel is blowing up people in the region, there's nothing you really can do. Unfortunately, you got to let them get away with killing people. But I do believe what the Colombian president stated is more likely true than not. I've been debating with MAGA today, who claim that the Colombian president is probably in with the cartel and they just decided to lie to make Trump look bad by saying that Trump has killed some Colombian citizens when he's targeting Venezuela. This is the Trump spin. The reason why I don't buy that is because President Trump just deployed the National Guard into Portland, Oregon this week and stated that he did it because the city is burning to the ground. So we already know President Trump is on record giving out lies for why he is using the military. I don't know that about the Colombian president. So I'm going to be probably more likely to believe the Colombian president is accurate and Trump killed some innocent people. I'm going to be more likely to believe that because Trump said Portland is burning to the ground right now. And there is, even his supporters realize that that's not true. I haven't heard even MAGA suggest that Portland is burning to the ground. That was just a flat out lie. So I'm going to go with the Colombian president on this one just because Trump ruined his credibility by deploying the military based on something that was completely fabricated. Handsome Stubby Fingers, appreciate the super chat, says, Trump ain't shit. Says Tampon Tim, good evening. Wait, you said you want Tampon Tim in there? What are you saying? You're saying Trump ain't shit. I get that. But then you say Tampon Tim, so that means you don't favor Tim Walz either. Good evening. Happy Friday to you. I believe Trump is going to have a stroke really soon. Damn. What, you guys got some voodoo dolls? Am I talking to a whole bunch of Louisiana Haitians? I believe Trump is going to have a stroke really soon. Also, I think the other presidents will live out before him. What do you mean by that? You believe the other presidents will live? What do you mean they're going to out? Well, let's see. I mean, Biden is up there, but all the other presidents, Bill Clinton, I think, is still younger than Trump. Obviously, Obama and Bush are younger than Trump. So I suppose they kind of should outlive Trump. But Biden is older than Trump by 3 years and some months. America will fall. It's biblical, Tim. You don't need the Bible to say. I do believe we're not going to be superpower forever. I just was hoping that shit would last long enough for maybe me and my kids to enjoy it. If we fall, can we do it down the line when nobody I know is living through it? Don't look like that's going to be the case. What would really suck though, if we lose our superpower status, it would suck to think that it's going to be because of our own activity. Listen, if some other country discovered something that was a bigger alternative to plutonium or uranium or something, and they just kicked our ass and beat us into submission. That's one thing. But when we actually do things that lead to our own demise, jeez, that's fucking embarrassing. Forever C10, the Coast Guard just made a huge drug bust the other day. That's a good thing, and I would prefer they continue doing that. I would prefer that the Coast Guard or the Navy or whoever's operating down there in the Central America, wherever the hell they're at down there, I would prefer they make drug busts as opposed to just blowing up people and providing no evidence, just being judge and jury on the spot. Drug dealing in America has never been a capital offense. So, and they're doing it in international waters as well. So I would prefer the Coast Guard or the Navy make those arrests. Let me go back to the box, tap the screen, get the likes on up to about 80,000. We can make that happen if you let your thumbs not be lazy. Gangsta Grandma, we're going to be nice and kind today.
You got that. You got that uncooked protein still dripping from your lips tonight. You cannot stop fluffing, can you? Huh, Pookie? You
What?
really can't.
What? Give me an example of something I said tonight that's fluffy. What the hell have I said?
Everything well, okay. You have to alter the backup Trump. You cannot live with facts at all. You have to back him up. Well, this is this, and well, he talks like shut the fuck up. Let's have some real facts. We are the laughing stock of the damn world. Nobody likes our asses, and I hope his orange gets squeezed.
That language is terrible, Gangsta Grandma.
This is who I am. I'm not gonna kiss no white tea man's ass. I'm not like you. I'm fluff. This is who I am. And if they don't like it, they can kiss my black ass. That's what they can do. How about that?
This is not about kissing anybody's ass or anything. What are you talking about?
You do, Tim. You kiss ass. You let Jeremy talk all his yang. You don't push back. You're soft as hell.
Well, first of all, I believe in letting the people speak, just like I'm letting you speak right now. It's free speech.
But you let them have misinformation. You let them have the information. You don't push back. You are like, you let them talk, but it's okay to let them talk, but push back on the misinformation and shit.
What has been stated by MAGA viewers tonight that's misinformation? I don't. What have they said that's misinformation?
Well, I'm not saying like tonight, but you didn't even push back when he was like, well, they should have used the Black Hawk. Like, who would do that kind of shit? And he's not doing it to the white man. He's not doing it to the white people. He's only doing it to black and brown people. And they didn't find nobody in those damn apartments. Americans.
Well, I don't know if you heard me in that,
your
but
black ass and your black ugly ass did not push back.
I made it clear that we have went after some of the worst criminals in. I made it clear we have went after some of the worst criminals. No, you're not hearing me. You're not. That's the reason why you don't know I'm pushed back is you don't listen to me. It's clear we've went after some of the worst criminals in history. We've never used a helicopter. I did push back.
Tim, you are a softy. You don't even strike back. See, like me, I would have put him in a fucking white tea place. I really would.
What does his skin color got to do with it? What does his skin color got to do with it?
Are you fucking serious? Well, what does skin color do with it, Tim? What does it have to do with it, Tim? There's a black cock on us, Tim. That fucking go to busting people's houses in, Tim. What does skin color got to do with it, Tim?
If they're in the country, if they're in the country illegally, are they not a deportation candidate? Appreciate that, Jay Gar. Thank you. Helping me get that TikTok cap going. Thank you.
Technically, they're not illegal. They're undocumented. But how can you be undocumented on stolen land? And why are you taking Mexicans? They're coming home. This is their home way before anybody else's home. And the natives.
They're not going.
They would.
They're not
going to.
People
need to know real history. People need to know real history. Half of the United States was Mexico.
That was then.
Texas,
this is now. That was then. That's outdated. That was then. This is now.
Why it doesn't matter? No, they stole it. The white team had. Why do you think a lot of indigenous people call them what they call them? Why do you think that is?
Hatred.
Why do you think that is?
Hatred?
Because they stole their land. They stole their land. Why do you think that a lot of people don't? A lot of the natives do not like white tea people.
Well,
They stole their land and put them on a reservation.
well, they don't have a good relationship historically. I get that.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, with your ugly fucking uncooked protein looking ass. You let them talk their shit. You let them spill information, and you really hard push back. I know on them. I know I cuss their asses out because you know why? Because I can't stand their asses. I can't stand the interbreed looking fucking asses. They put us in this fucking situation, and you know some of their asses want to do purple. What is it called? Purple red, whatever that shit is called. About purple. Oh, let's come back together. Fuck you, come back together.
Yeah, I heard them say something about the purple thing. That didn't make any sense.
Fuck you.
But let me ask it to you this way. Is there any way possible in regards to getting this country back on track that you could ever work with MAGA in a unified form?
No, they're racist. How can you work with racists? They put us in this situation. We're in a shutdown because the MAGAs had to put an idiot in office that wants to take shit from them. We're fighting for them. You know the Democrats are fighting for the red states. The red state governors and the senators are not even fighting for them. But the blue is. Isn't that ironic? The blue is trying to keep their ACA because they're the ones who are going to pay the price. Not our blue states, but the red states are.
I want you to
Shut the fuck down.
I want you to understand what your statements about me are causing. I got a viewer in the comments right now, Virgil Wooden, that says, you are so lame. He says, want to be white so bad. I bet you are against your own kind. So he's suggesting that I'm some sort of Uncle Tom because of you.
You are an Uncle Tom.
I'm
You're
not.
a ratty raccoon ass. You be fluffing. You be dripping that uncooked protein. You be like, oh, yes, master, whip the chain. Boom, boom.
Can that be an Uncle Tim?
You an uncle to a white man, okay?
What the hell?
And let me tell you this. I might be coming rough, and I might be cussing this shit out, but you know what? I've never been to the niche of the white man.
Oh
Never.
And now you got Marcus Nesby saying you are a raccoon. They're echoing you. They're like MAGA. Trump called somebody bird brain. Suddenly MAGA's calling everybody bird brain as well.
If the shoe fits, Timmy boy.
No, it's not.
I mean, you be over here you be over here fluffing. And you know what? You don't even push back. See, that's why I have to be. I gotta try to be nice so I can be on your live with you. I gotta try to be because I have to try to be because I really want to go after their asses. I really do. But they don't have the balls to come after me. I'll lay them the fuck out in 2 minutes. You see what I'm saying? High or not high, I will fuck their asses up.
Your name came in. I see in the comments somebody says, Arnita Surlis says, you look white and sound white. I want to tell you something though.
I look like bitch, but I have chocolate up in me. Okay? My daddy's darker than Tim.
You got chocolate up. Okay, bless your heart.
My daddy's nutsack. Dark as hell.
All right.
I might look, I'm light skinned, but I'm dark as hell.
I got a question to ask you from Handsome Stubby Fingers. Says to ask Gangsta Grandma, would she French kiss Melania Trump?
Fuck no, I seen that coochie. That was that's what turned me the fuck off of white coochie. That shit, when they blasted that shit from hell to back, I seen that. I'm sticking with my chocolate coochie all damn day. I never go to uncooked coochie. Oh, hell no.
I mean, Melania,
you always say, it's not that bad looking. Yeah, men like you will fuck anything. That coochie nasty as hell.
She's an attractive woman.
That coochie?
What do you think's
That's
wrong?
fucked up from the floor up. Nope.
I mean,
nope.
I've seen pictures of what Melania looked like downstairs. She didn't look that bad, did she?
Honey, I wouldn't go licking nothing. Shit, nobody. I ain't getting that damn salmonella. You got me fucked. Stick with my chocolate coochie all damn day.
Oh my God. Okay,
Hey, you want me to tell the damn truth? I'm telling the damn truth. Shit, I'm pro-black for a damn
All right. I mean,
I cannot.
so what you'd rather have Michelle Obama?
I've never seen her like that, but I have respect for her, so I will never disrespect
And that's
her.
a good point. Good point. We've never seen Michelle Obama in that. That is a good point.
And you see, we don't do that because why? Because she has respect for herself. She has to have her shit out there. The hoe as a first lady, we had no respect. Shit.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, Melania Trump made a lot of money using her body though, and now she's got one of the wealthiest husbands in the country.
Well, it's called Will, honey, and his dick is too damn small, and all he can do good for it is to suck ass off. Go ahead. Hey. But I preferably don't. God no, ugh. He's going to croak anyways. Let's give him a couple more months.
So you're in the camp with my previous guest Takesha saying that Trump won't be around in 2026.
No, he's going to be squeezed. Hallelujah! I'm going to get that champagne and roll me a blunt, man. I shit you not.
Wait a minute. You said champagne and roll a blunt. So you're telling me that if something happened to Trump, if he ended up passing away, you would actually celebrate?
Hallelujah.
How is that not wrong?
God will forgive me. God will forgive me. I don't have shit. Oh, hallelujah.
Celebrating the death of a human being? Really?
Hell yeah. And I'm not going to be the only one. We're going to be dancing in the streets. Ding dong, the witch is gone. That's what we're going to be doing.
Now I'm going.
Yeah. Drinking that champagne, rolling those blunts up. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, your comment led to DJ Khaled's on YouTube saying "Gangsta Grandma for President 2028" with a host of blue hearts. Let me.
If I could run for president, I shit you not. I shit you not.
I don't think it's. I think it's wrong though to actually be wishing.
I don't give a fuck what you think. Honestly, Tim, your ass is a fluffy. I don't give a fuck what you think.
How am
I would be dancing in the streets. I would be singing hallelujah. He is gone. This orange got squeezed.
Well, fortunately, I think you're probably the only one of my viewers that would actually celebrate the death of Trump. That's horrible.
Yeah, you're stupid as hell. You're stupid. My inbox be popping. Don't ever think that. There's people in my inbox saying they wish he was gone. And half the population wants his ass gone. Dead, gone.
You think that some liberals will celebrate his death? Well, I see in the comments.
Hell yeah, they will. Shit, if he thought we was doing it for CK, leaning back and drip, oh, hell no. It's going to be worse then. We really popping the champagne and stuff. What you talking about?
I got one more before we end up moving it on. Handsome Stubby Finger says, Tim, I know you would get a kick out of this, but ask her, would she consider going out on a date if Marjorie Taylor Greene paid for everything?
No. Nope, I don't date. Nope. I would nope.
I think Melania Trump is.
I'm not like you, Tim. I don't need to be friends with the maggots. I don't have maggot friends. I have good people as my friends. I keep my friends you know what I mean? I keep my sucker very small and tight. I cut my grass so I can see the snakes. I'll never have snakes in my grass. I'll never be with racists. I'll never be no friends. They'll call them beloved maggots. Hell to the fuck to the
But you said you got good friends you don't have MAGA. Are you suggesting that it's impossible to be a good person and MAGA simultaneously?
You can't be. Nope. They're racist. They don't like us. They're going crazy over Bad Bunny. Oh my God, he's speaking Spanish. Oh my God, it's reggaeton. Oh my God, you might get some soul up in your fucking ugly asses.
Every MAGA is not racist though. Some of them are black and brown.
Oh, yeah, they are. If they're still with him right now, they are. They are.
Some of MAGA are actually black and brown people.
And they're fucking ratty raccoonies. And what? They sellouts. They want to be white so bad. They want to be at that damn table. You're never going to be at that damn table. Never.
Just simply wanting Trump to secure the border, protect the integrity. I mean,
shut the fuck up about secure the border. Border's not fucking secure. All he's doing is hateful shit. He's coming after black and brown people. And that's what he's fucking doing. He don't give a fuck about nobody else. He don't even give a fuck about his own damn white people that they're kissing his ass too. The only ones that do give a fuck is the Democrats that are putting this damn shit down, closing it down so they can have the ACA. I don't see not one Republican on what's her M Green, whatever, that white woman. She's telling the damn truth. Your shit's gonna go sky high.
Yeah, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She's the only one that's coming out.
That's the one he just asked you, would you date? Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that.
No, I will not, because I don't like white women. I like my chocolate women. I like chocolate.
And in the comments, Carol Brown says, so the dude that was blind on January 6th can now see the insurrection in Portland. Come on, Slick. Long live gangster grandma. Yeah, that's a, that doesn't make sense.
I have to go. I gotta get me some Chinese food. I'm high as shit. I gotta go get me some Chinese food, but I got to go. But let me tell you something, Timmy. You get on my damn nerves. Can you at least push back a little bit? Can you come a little harder? Could be the softy, like a fucking pillow top ass. Come a little harder. Just a little bit. You don't have to cuss him out like me. Just a little bit.
I think I do that. Gangster, go
Quit
get your
rolling
food.
your damn eyes.
Go.
Quit rolling your damn eyes. I'd knock about your damn head.
Damn.
Can you come a little harder? Can you come a little harder?
God.
I'd be nice if you let me up. I'd be nice. You believe me?
No.
I bet you don't know.
No.
Come on, I won't cuss. I'll try not to cuss.
I don't think you know how to do this. Go get your chop suey. I gotta go. Appreciate it. All right, by the way, tap folks, we're gonna see if we can go ahead and cross the 90,000. We might be able to get appreciate you folks who have helped me out with the TikTok cap goal. We're pretty damn close. Thank you. TDSdeprogramming.com says TDS Urgent Care. So you said, what do you say? She has Trump derangement syndrome and she needs to be deprogrammed. Is that how that works? Real quick in the comments before we continue on, I got to put on my spectacles. This is on a different camera. Infinity says, Putin criticized the Nobel Committee for not showing enough respect to Trump. Wow. And Trump rushed to Truth Social to thank him. Oh my God, what kind of bromance is that? Says, when the devil flatters you, Trump will gladly hand him the whole country. So what Infinity, and thank you for the super chat, Infinity. Appreciate that TikTok cap there. Whoever just sent that, Deborah Richards, thank you. What Infinity is saying that Vladimir Putin of Russia just criticized the Nobel Committee for not showing enough respect to President Trump. So in other words, Vladimir Putin is somehow suggesting that Trump should have maybe received the Nobel Peace Prize. Why? Vladimir Putin is trying to do what Vladimir Putin is known for doing because it works on Trump. Flattery will get you anywhere with Trump. So he sounds like he's trying to butter back up to Trump because Trump has been threatening huge sanctions on his what do you call it? Oil or natural gas, I believe it is natural gas. Anyway, he said the moment that Putin said that the Nobel Committee did not show Trump enough respect, Trump got on Truth Social and actually thanked Putin for looking out for him. That's one hell of a bromance. I don't know what poor Zelensky is thinking. He's in the middle of this shit because, you know, it's almost like the Katy Perry song, you're hot, then you're cold, you're yes, then you're no. I mean, Zelensky is like, damn, I need some help. You can't keep flipping back and forth. This is a bad guy I'm dealing with, talking about Vladimir Putin. You need to understand this is a bad dude. Quit changing your mind on this guy. But my guess is now that Putin realizes flattery will get him everywhere with Trump, he'll probably try to flatter Trump again. Continuing on with the program, though, tap the screen, get us on up to 90. And for the most part, you folks understand, we're kind of critical of Trump right now because he's in the news a lot, and there is a lot here that he said that is worthy of discussing. So right now, the program is critical of Trump, but we are MAGA friendly. Program has always been MAGA friendly, always will remain MAGA friendly, regardless of what is being discussed. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone for their commentary. So understand when you come up on the program, doesn't matter what your politics are, as you've probably seen already, you can be critical of the host or anybody on this. I don't think we do ask one thing, the spamming. I've had to take a couple of viewers down today because of spamming. You know, typing the same shit 10, 20 times, preventing everybody else from getting on. State your piece, and that's all. I got 4 or 5 cameras aimed at me right now with comments and shit flying everywhere. Look, I'm going to solicit here. If you want your comment to be read with absolute certainty, turn it into a super chat. I don't care if it's 99 cents. It changes my damn screen. I read all super chats. But unfortunately, if you're just typing a comment as everybody else is, I may see some of them. I do respond to some of them, but I can't catch them all when I got 5 different devices with comments flying all over the place. Anyway, looking in the comment section, speaking of that, JJ Gaming says she was nuts, referring to Gangsta Grandma, my last caller. Says she was nuts. Gangsta Grandma comes in the program frequently, and she is a tough character. Anyway, going back to the box, we'll continue on with Miss Mo. Mike. We'll go with Mike. There we go. If Trump wasn't on the list, he would be selling letter-bound copies to his base for $179. I like that. I actually look. You're exaggerating around, but I do believe it's something like that. If President Trump was not on the Epstein list and it was loaded with liberals, he probably would. I'm certain he would release it. But as you're stating, he might try to release it on a for-profit basis. He would be a lot more friendlier with that list coming out. Either Trump is on the list or somebody he cares and associates with is on the list. It's one or the other. Trump's handling of the Epstein list has been nothing short of shady. And we still, of course, do not even know why Ghislaine Maxwell got upgraded to minimum security. That wasn't even explained to us. Not to mention him constantly being asked, are you going to pardon her? And him referring to him making statements like, I don't know, I haven't thought of it, but I could. Why not just say no? She's a serial pedophile. Why not just say no? And I don't know what made Ted Cruz say we should stop attacking pedos, but it does seem like they are hiding something. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene is now saying that. Let me go back to the box. And I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to be conservative very long. Not in the eyes of MAGA. Going back to the box, I tried to bring up Mike. I guess it dropped. We'll continue on. Trump mocks God, but his due process is coming in full. Ooh. How does Trump mock God, though? Trump claims to be a devoted Christian now. MAGA reacts. Good evening.
Hey, what's going on?
Just hanging around like Jesse Jackson at a Klan meeting. So let me ask you, there's so much going on today, but President Trump is now firing federal workers and stating that he's only going after Democratic programs. What gives?
I mean, he's trying to bring us back to the level we're at before the pandemic. I mean, we added all this shit for the pandemic, and now the pandemic's over, and we need to go back to normal.
So what is he trying to do? He's going to
actually getting to a point where the deficit might start going down.
Okay, so what is he going to do? Punish his way to glory? I mean, you need the Democrats and conservatives to work together to get the government back up and running. If you're just punishing the Democrats, because if you're talking about saving money for the deficit, why are you only doing it to Democrats?
Because they love wasting money, and most of their shit is a waste of money.
So no Republican waste, huh?
I'm sure it's Republican waste too.
Then I go back to my original question.
Get rid of that.
Then I go back to my original question. If you're sure there's Republican waste, then why are you only going after Democrats?
Honestly, I don't think there's such a thing as Democrat or Republican programs. He's just going to go after what he thinks is a waste of money.
Then why would you
if
say...
it's popular, then guess what? The Democrats could use it against them.
Then why would you...
But
Wait, say that again?
If he actually gets rid of something that's popular, then we could have that debate then, or something the Democrats did that people agree with, then we could, debate it then, and then they could vote for Democrats in the midterms.
Yeah, but you don't need to wait till he does it. He already said it.
No, you have to wait till he does it. That's what I hate about you guys. You're always like, he said this, he said this. He says a million things a fucking day. You have to wait till he actually does it and see the results.
That sounds like some kind of MAGA excuse. When Beto O'Rourke said, you're damn right, I'm going to take away your ARs, nobody said you got to wait till he does it. When Biden says you don't need a high-capacity magazine, you could just fire 2 shotgun blasts in the air, nobody said you got to actually wait till he does it. When Obama spread the wealth around the Joe the Plumber, nobody says you got to wait till he actually does it. But when Trump says this shit, all of a sudden you got to wait till he does it. How does that work?
They don't speak as much as Trump.
And
Trump speaks so much. If you take him on everything that he does, then why don't you take him on all the good shit he says he's gonna do?
That's why he won a second time. A lot of people did take him on the good shit.
Okay, But with him, you can never judge him on what he's gonna say, what he said. You have to wait till he actually does something.
Do you believe people?
Because he's on TV every day, saying shit every day.
Do you actually believe people operate like that? Where if somebody says they're going to do something that is detrimental to your survival, you're going to actually wait until they do it first? You believe constituents and voters act that way?
Yeah, people say a lot of shit that they never do. Not everyone does it's very rare for someone that does everything they say they're gonna do.
No, but you get.
We would all lose weight every New Year's Eve. We'll all be fucking in shape and go to the gym every day and do all the dumb shit that we don't do.
So if you're only going to wait till he actually does something, then why the hell is he on TV? If your advice is don't listen to anything he says until he actually does it, then why the hell is he on TV?
Listen, you're gonna start putting criminals in jail if they say they're gonna commit a crime. You know, if someone says I'm gonna rob a store, you're gonna arrest them for.
But you don't believe any of that until he actually starts doing it. So why even go on TV and say it? You don't believe he's going to put criminals in jail until he actually starts doing it.
You gotta see how the people feel about it, and then if they like it, you do it. If they don't like it, you figure out something else out.
So
I mean, this is a case by case thing too. Like it's not a blanket thing that applies to everything.
Okay.
Every case is different. It depends on what he says and what he's talking about.
Okay, so here is what he said.
The damage that is caused, the shutdown has been, pretty damaging. I mean, it's not yet because it's early, but it gets a little bit worse as it goes along. And we'll be making cuts that will be permanent. And we're only going to cut Democrat programs. I hate to tell you. I guess that makes sense. But we're only cutting Democrat programs.
So should the Democrats just ignore that?
I mean, it's a negotiating tactic. They should reinstate the government so they don't have to cut anything. So we have money for everything.
So in other words, he should have the ability to threaten the Democrats to come back to the table.
It's just a negotiating tactic. You do whatever you need to do to make the deal happen.
So when you normally want to make a deal happen, you normally have both sides and you try to make concessions to both. This just sounds like fuck the Democrats. Either you work with us or we're going to start attacking you. That's how you normally negotiate.
No, what you do is you use the carrot and the stick, and whatever way you think you need to. Use a little bit of the carrot, a little bit of the stick, until you make the deal happen.
Do you actually know what a carrot and stick is? You know how that works? I don't hear carrot in this.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you actually know what a carrot and stick is? I don't hear any carrot in this. Do you know what the carrot and stick approach is?
The carrot is turning the government back on.
No, it's not. No, that's not.
Program.
That's not true. A carrot is I'm going to make you seem like you're getting something. So you got the stick that's hanging out above the rabbit and it's got a carrot on it. The rabbit thinks he's going to catch the carrot, so he runs at it indefinitely. But he's seeing the carrot as a positive. Just opening the government back up while Trump is president, that's not necessarily a positive for the Democrats. That's not a carrot.
Okay, so he's using the stick more than a carrot.
He's not using a carrot at all.
One way to the other.
No, he's not using a carrot at all. There's nothing in this for the Democrats.
I don't know the whole story, so I can't tell you what's.
Then why the hell you been discussing it? If you don't know what you're talking about.
I want to talk about this peace treaty that's coming.
Okay.
I mean, how is he gonna have so many? All he cares about is the people not fighting and saving lives. Yet some other idiot gets the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay. And before we get into that, Sean Herbert says the deficit go down. Trump has added more than anyone. So in other words, you're saying that Trump is adding to the deficit, and I kind of agree with that with the military and all of that. So no, Trump is not lowering the deficit; he's likely raising it. What do you want to talk about in regards to the Nobel Peace Prize snubbing President Trump?
It's just crazy that you guys haven't brought it up at all. Like, he's doing such a good job ending all these conflicts across the world, yet he gets no credit for it.
You know why that is? The people don't believe him. I mean, just like when he said he's got a lower crime in Portland because it's burning to the ground. He's saying things that people don't believe him. Just like you just admitted yourself that he often says things you can't believe it until he actually does it. You just said that. Don't even listen to what he says. That came out of your mouth.
Look at the results. He's brought back more hostages in his like 8 months than Biden did his entire 4 years.
Yeah, but he's
from day one, he was hostage after hostage he brought back. And I'm not talking about just the Israeli ones. I'm talking about the ones all over the world.
Yeah, but you
back Americans from Russia, from all over.
Yeah, but while you're crediting him for bringing back hostages, you do realize that they're saying that cutting funding to USAID is that America has probably cost the deaths of about 60,000 people. We used to feed starving children and give them medical treatment and things like that. We cut out all of those programs. They're attributing thousands of deaths to us doing that. So, and not to mention the boats he's blowing up off the coast of Venezuela. So, yeah, he's bringing back hostages, but he's also killing people.
I mean, you can't blame him for like taking away money we're spending. You know, we're gonna keep funding everybody for the rest of our lifetime for the rest of the world.
I mean,
like, we can't be paying for other countries all the time, especially, you know, technically we're the poorest country on earth because we got so much fucking debt.
But we talk about we can't be taking care of other countries, and then Argentina pops up. How do you explain that?
Again, I know the nuances. I'm not saying we can't. I'm saying we don't have to.
So you stop helping.
You can't be mad at him for cutting programs that he didn't even start.
You stop helping starving kids, but you suddenly find money for Argentina. Do you realize how that look?
And maybe the stability of a whole country matters for whatever reason. But
starving
children. If you don't like it, vote for the Democrats and see if they do better. Because from what I understood, all that money was being wasted. It really barely helped any starving kids.
Well, I don't see how giving money to Argentina.
CEOs of the NGOs, their friends.
I don't see how giving money to Argentina is not wasting money. I mean, he just picked a different avenue to waste it.
And that's the whole country, man. The whole country going under could be very bad for the region. I mean, look what happened when we got rid of Iraq, basically, and then Iran is now the leading cause of terrorism. And
I just think you're making excuses for what Trump is doing is good, and what he did wrong is okay. I mean, okay, so he helps out Argentina, might be good to stabilize the region, but starving kids with the USAID, well, you know, we can't keep helping people out forever. I mean, you're just kind of making an excuse so that what Trump does sound right.
I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I mean, I'm saying he's in charge, so he gets to do that.
No, you are saying it's good or bad. When it came to discussing Argentina, your whole statement was something positive. When it came to USAID, your whole statement was negative.
I didn't mean it to sound that way. I mean, you're misinterpreting my word then, because I don't know if it's positive or negative. Maybe it's needed, maybe it's not. And also, Argentina is also, it's not going to be forever. I mean, you're talking about doing USAID for the rest of eternity. I'm tired, you know, this Argentina thing is probably a one-time thing. We're not going to keep funding them forever.
Well, first of all, there's no way to know that. But in regards to forever, the next president can make changes to whatever Trump is doing with USAID or Argentina. So you can't base what Trump is doing and say it's forever. We never promised to help out USAID forever either. So there's no way you can say either one of them is forever.
Why are you mad he took it away?
What?
Why are you mad he took it away?
Because he's found money for Argentina. So it's clear it wasn't about saving money, waste, fraud, and abuse. You just didn't like helping out USAID.
Well, he knows more of what's going on with Argentina. This USAID thing was money going all over the world. Half the time, we don't even know what the program and the money's for.
I would normally consider
it. Think it's like CIA money going to fund the CIA. I think it's just money going to Democrats and friends. They're keeping most of it.
Yep.
It's like all the money going to the homeless in California, and mostly it gets spent by the people, running the programs more than the actual, benefit to the homeless.
Yeah, when you say he knows more about what's going on with USAID, I would normally agree with you, considering he's the president of the United States. But when he says Portland is burning to the ground, a city in his own country, and he don't even know what's going on there, I don't see how you could be so confident he knows what's going on with USAID.
I said the opposite. I said he doesn't know. That's why he got rid of it. That's why he closed it down.
So he actually may have really hurt people because he was ignorant and didn't know what was going on.
Or the opposite. He's he got rid of money, and I was really going to the CIA or to some bad source. And
But in other words, so you are admitting though
the Argentina money is a loan. I don't think that's actually like we're giving them the money. But again, I don't know enough about that.
You are admitting though that it's a good possibility Trump may be doing things out of pure ignorance.
I don't know about that either.
I didn't say you know. I said you are admitting it's possible because you said he may not know what's going on.
Anything is possible. He could also be a time traveler coming back to save the world.
No, we know he's not. No, we know he's not a time traveler. We know that. We're not.
Okay, so you guys act like you're time travelers and you know the future. You know what's going to turn out good and what's going to turn out bad.
No, the guy said Portland is burning to the ground. What should we do? Wait to Portland? You always say wait till it actually happens. Should we just wait till Portland is actually burning to the ground?
No, we shouldn't. That's why we should send the National Guard and stop it from happening.
No, he said it was already happening. He said it was in the process of happening.
Like, I don't know the context of that speech. I wish I did. So
how can you defend the guy that you don't know most of the stuff he's even talking about by your own admission?
No, you guys bring up shit from like some obscure shit that I've never heard of, and you keep repeating it. You know how much research and how much fucking shit I got Google to keep up with all the bullshit you guys like highlight?
It's interesting you would say that because
some random speech that nobody watched.
It's interesting you would say that because you're not Googling to keep up with the. It's interesting you would say that because you're not Googling to keep up with the bullshit that we're talking about. You're Googling to keep up with the bullshit that he's actually saying. The stuff we're talking about is the stuff he's actually saying. You didn't hear him say Portland is burning to the ground?
No. It's the stuff you're highlighting. It could be 2 words he said for some stupid reason. I stick to what he repeats constantly because that's where you know like he actually means it and it wasn't some random shit. He repeats all the shit that he's going to do constantly. So when you bring up something that he only said one time, I'm like, he probably could have said it by mistake. He could have been rambling. It could be anything, you know?
How do you say... How do you claim a major American city is burning to the ground by mistake? How does that work?
I don't know. It could be a metaphor. It could be anything.
Okay.
It could mean anything. It could mean just the ice building is always being attacked. It could be the fact that the place is a shithole, maybe, is what he meant.
Okay, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. Hold on, hang on. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to actually listen to President Trump. He said this.
Obamacare has been a disaster.
This is this weekend he said this. I want you to listen to it. Give me whatever your wildest interpretation is.
For the people. So we want to have it fixed so it works. We're going to look at that. It was amazing. Portland is burning to the ground. It's insurrectionists all over the place. It's Antifa. And yet the politicians who are petrified. Look, the politicians are afraid for their lives. That's the only...
So, what did he mean? What did he actually mean?
I don't know. There's not enough context in there for me to know what he's talking about.
He said Portland is burning.
Riot days, or what are we talking about?
You need more context on it. He didn't say enough, huh?
That's one fucking line. He could mean anything.
Give me some examples of what Portland is burning to the ground could mean. Give me some alternatives.
It could mean all the businesses are leaving, that all the people are unhappy. It could be economical. It could be a metaphor. It could be an actual fire that he was talking about. It could mean a lot of things. You know, the English language isn't as simple as you're pretending it to be.
So if people are unhappy, you can say this. So
it's like when a player is playing like a good basketball game, you know, and he's on fire. He's literally on fire. You know, if LeBron's having a good game, he's on fire. He's literally on fire. Should we call the fucking fire department?
All right, I gotta move it on.
You know, maybe he's just doing bad.
Oh God,
just failing and it's not doing good.
Okay. Hey, MAGA Reacts, always a pleasure, man. Good talk.
Take care, man.
My cheeks are hurting. Oh my, like LeBron James, he's on fire. Portland is on fire. All right, looking at the comments, I wasn't expecting that. Trump is a character, says Snowbird. Now, Snowbird is MAGA too, aren't you? Oh my God. He laughing because he know what Trump meant. Look, That just look. That shows you the capabilities of some of my viewers in regards to defending Trump. That was pretty good. I mean, when he threw in the LeBron James, he's on fire. Hilarious, but pretty good. Bullet G Shep, if that's what that says. So is MAGA with Trump or not? And what time of year was America great? Implying that America isn't great anymore. I think Trump is not smart, nor Biden. So you don't think Trump or Biden is smart, but you're also asking, when was America great? Look, I'm going to play like my last guest did. Put a spin on that, because suggesting that America, make America great or keep America great, the Make America Great slogan, certainly when you add again to it, is a reference to something that obviously happened in the past. So people are going to ask, well, what era was America great again? Obviously, if you're anything probably other than a white male, it's going to bring up some questions, because America's past towards everybody else is loaded with oppression. But it could mean, as opposed to going back to the 1950s, maybe it means a two-parent household or Christianity in the family. I mean, there's ways of twisting it. There's ways of twisting it that suggest it has nothing to do with racism. But understandably, anybody that's of color or even a woman or, Hispanic or a Native American, it's a frightening statement, because, of course, if you're in any of those groups, you don't want to go backwards to any period in history. But and the Trump administration has never done a really good job explaining what "Make America Great Again" means. Like, what, because the word "again" is there. If he had just said the goal is to make America great, that would have been one thing. But when you say "again," it does make it obvious you're referring to a time in the past that you want to re-imitate, or you want to re-emulate. So they've never done a really good job explaining what that means. Real quick in the comments before we move on, I do want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats there from Handsome Stubby Fingers. Says MAGA Reacts needs to get some carrots and some donut holes and some whipped cream. Have some fun. Doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He's playing spin. We used to tell my last caller, MAGA Reacts, I used to always say he reminds me of the old toy in the late 1970s, early 80s. You got to be a Generation Xer to know what I'm talking about. Used to be a toy called a sit and spin. It was a simple toy where you sat on it and it had a little disc at the top and you just spun around. Toys were a lot more simpler back in the 70s, 80s. Some of you folks may be old enough to remember the sit and spin. That's what I often suggest that MAGA makes me feel like. Somebody has you on a sit and spin, just spinning away. Anyway, let me go back to the box. I don't know if any of you guys remember the sit and spin. I see So Sabrina says it was fun. Yeah, a simple toy. You just sit there and spin all damn day. Let me go back to the box. We'll continue on with the program. Miss Mobetta, nobody does it better. Good evening, Miss Mobetta. He reminds me of the boy who shot Carl in the eye on Walking Dead. I've never seen that episode, Corey. Good evening, Miss Mobetta.
Tim, what I would like to make a few corrections here. First of all, when people start calling you Uncle Tom, take that as a compliment. Uncle Tom was actually a good man. He was beat to death for trying to save slaves and for helping them escape.
I've heard that before. I've had a guest tell me that before.
Uncle Tim. Uncle Tom is actually a good man. Now, if they call you a Sambo,
I've had that too.
Sambo is the insult. But Uncle Tom is actually a compliment. So you could take that how you want it. Second of all, MAGA React's brain should be studied. His brain they really do some type of lobotomy or something to see how does that work? Where does that pretzeling come from?
Well, and I see in the comments, Thurlow says, recognize my gangster. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, his goal is to obviously defend President Trump to some degree, maybe like Malcolm X said, at any means necessary. But some of the stuff he say, it is kind of out there.
It's outrageous. And this is the stuff that fuels Trump, believe it or not, because he knows there's millions of other people that believes that and talks the same way he does.
Yeah.
The same way he does. You see, Trump will get up there and lie in front of all of. He get up there and lie in front of everybody, and they buy into that shit.
Well,
The proof is in your last guess.
I mean, Trump is a really good salesman at what he does to his people. I mean, he's
yeah, like he didn't know shit about Project 2025. Do you know Project 2025 is 48% completed, and we're only 10 months into his presidency? Something that he knew nothing about.
Shit, is
48%.
Is it only 48%? I thought it was further than that. As fast as he moving.
And, it could be. It could be now.
Yeah,
it could be now. And for them, all they got, they're so full of word salad and shit like that. All you got to do is say, "Oh, it's the Democrats' fault," and MAGA will believe it.
Well, then, but let me ask you that.
Where Republicans are not even buying into their bullshit.
Yeah, but let me ask you that. We are entering week 3 of the shutdown. I mean, the Democrats are voting no, and the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, is saying that the Republicans have voted 7 times to reopen the government, and the Democrats voted no every time. Is the Democrats not partially responsible?
Johnson lying. He, like they say, a lie don't care who tell it. He lying and truth ain't. And do you know the Democrats were there to vote, and all of the senators left? The senators left and went on vacation. Yes, they did, because Mike Johnson doesn't want to certify that lady.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to swear her in. Listen, it's so much more. A lot of this now is geared around having those files released. It's no longer the Epstein files; they're the Trump files. That's why they're going so hard on not producing that.
Why do you
what
think
they're doing? Right in our face, authoritarianism, fascism, all of that stuff is in play right now. It's happening.
In your own speculation, why do you think that President Trump, I'm gonna say the Trump administration, but we know Trump administration is really just President Trump. Why do you think that they are so adamant or gung-ho not to have this Epstein file being released? Why do you think they're doing this?
Because he's acting like a mob boss. If they don't do what he says do, your livelihood is at stake here. You do what I say, or I'm going to fire your ass. I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to cut your benefits. I'm going to do, which is what he's doing anyway. So now, if the Democrats say, okay, let's open back up the government, what do you think is going to happen? Trump's going to do what he want to do either way.
But why do you think? Okay, then fair enough. Then why do you think? And Sterlo, thank you, said except Hanson Liberal, he's good, real good. Appreciate that, Sterlo. Why do you think Trump? Then why don't you think he wants to release this? He led everyone during the presidential campaign to believe that if you vote out the Democrats and you put in me, we'll get to the bottom of this whole Epstein thing.
Because he knew they was going to buy into it. They was already buying into it when he first said that I'm going to run in 2024. Let the lies fly. And that's exactly what happened.
So you believe he lied about the potential of releasing the Epstein files just to get them to support him?
Yep. And he wondered why he didn't get that Nobel Peace Prize. Don't know that they're looking at how he's running his own country also? Yeah,
I actually agree with that. And I'm surprised. I meant to say that to my last caller, MAGA Reacts, but he was going on so much I didn't get that in there. But yeah, because I mentioned, blowing up boats off of Venezuela, they did with USAID, really talking about making Gaza the river area of the Middle East. I mean, okay, you help the Palestinians and Israelis come to a conclusion on that war, but America is also considered as part of the fuel for why it happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like I said, the neighbor Pam Bondi, she's another one. She got up there. She wouldn't answer a goddamn question. I will not discuss that. I will not discuss that. You won't discuss shit. You're the reason why Epstein got away in the first place. Let's be truthful here.
Yeah.
It's because of you. And then Trump put you in office because he knows you know. You know because you had firsthand information before you even got into this position now.
But what about, is it possible that maybe it's somebody they know and care about? I mean, you don't think that Pam Bondi or Tim or Mike Johnson or somebody would actually defend Trump if they knew he had sexually, molested a child, do you?
How many people do you know go against mob bosses without consequence?
Yeah.
How many? I'll wait.
Not many. So you see Trump
exactly.
Trump as a mob boss.
He is. That's how he's maneuvering. Look. What president? Even the worst of the worst presidents didn't get up there and blatantly say in our face, "Oh, I'm only going after the Democratic stuff." Like, come on, you're supposed to be the leader of the people. We the people, not just them the people. Like I told you, they hijacking the Constitution now. They're hijacking everything.
Well, but once again, in defense of Trump, and I know Gangsta Grandma don't like when I say this, but in defense of Trump, he did run on being divisive. Like you say, he's supposed to be the president of the people. He ran in a manner where we knew he was not promising to do that. So you can't blame him for being divisive when he campaigned on division and we voted him in anyway.
Well, those are the hater. Those people that actually voted for him are haters. They really have hate in their heart, and that's the God's honest truth.
77 million haters.
77 million. I keep telling you, when Satan was thrown out of heaven, he took a third of the angels with him. And how many people support Trump? A third of the country.
That's a hell of a metaphor. Speaking of MAGA reacts, if you're watching, that is a metaphor. That's how a metaphor is. I don't like it. It's pretty scary, but that is a metaphor.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's true. It's true. Like you said, like he said, Trump gets up there and talk or whatever. We might not like it, but listen, that's the truth for you. That's some truth for your ass. And you need to go somewhere and learn something.
Shit. What about
and that's being light. That's being light, Tim.
Jesus Christ. If that's being light, I don't even want to know what heavy looks like. What about one of my guests? One of my guests, Takesha Booth, said Trump is not going to be around, at least in the White House, past December. He's not going to make it into 2026. Do you see any possibility of that whatsoever?
When it comes to his health, like I said, you got to pay attention. He is on a decline, and he's declining fast.
Well, what 79-year-old man is... Shit, I'm on a decline. What 79-year-old man is not on a decline? When you're talking about swollen ankles, that means your heart is not pumping properly. Yeah. You're having poor circulation problems, and his hand is all beat up because they use it for pick lines. That's where they gotta try to find the right vein so where he can get IV. You know what I'm saying? They can give him medical treatment right on these planes. That's why he's able to travel from place to place. They can take all of that shit with them. They have enough money. They got enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy. But if you had to guess and speculate, because that's what we're all doing. Do you feel like, I mean, if you had to guess and speculate, do you think he'll make it the 3 years he has left remaining?
No, absolutely not. I do not see him making it to the end of his term. I don't. And like they say, you can get rid of the devil and get his brother, which is J.D. Vance. But listen, let's not get it twisted. J.D. Vance didn't like Trump either. Yeah. But see, when Trump got into office, one of his first interviews said, "I don't need a vice president." Then he said he would not endorse J.D. Vance.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is, I think there's probably plenty members of Trump's administration that do not favor everything he's doing, but they're drunk on power. I mean, Trump has more power than any president in our lifetime. So they're like, even though I don't like what he's doing, shit, my family's going to get generational wealth, possibly. I mean, we're pretty we're pretty much immune right now.
Well, see, that's what it is. A lot of them, they getting all of this inside trading and all of that stuff. You see what happened when Marjorie Taylor Greene she invested $100,000 and came up with what, 20 million or 2 million? How many other millions? 2 million. Yeah, she got $2 million and stuff. Oh, it's a lot of inside trading. But did you see what the stocks look like today?
Down 900 points. But that's because Trump imposed a 100% tariff on China.
Stepping on his own goods. Have you ever heard of that term?
No.
Stepping on your own goods.
I've heard a synonym, what do they call it? Looking a gift horse in the mouth or something like that. I think that's kind of similar to what you're talking about.
I told you he's like an old cow. Give you a bucket of milk and turn right around and kick it over because he want to say, hey, you gotta come back to me to get more milk. He wants people to step and fetch for him. That's what he wants. Like I said, he's running his country as if it's The Apprentice.
But
like he ran his TV show.
But is he running the country as successfully as he ran The Apprentice?
No.
Apprentice was a hit show, a hit primetime show.
Yeah, a lot of people like watching The Apprentice. It was entertaining. A lot of people did like watching that. But this is not a show. You really have people's lives in your hands. You can't be running around here like this is your personal show. And that's why people don't respect him. A third of them might respect him, but the other third don't. And then you got the last third that just don't give a fuck.
The crazy thing is, though, MAGA, I'm getting MAGA saying that Trump is the GOAT, greatest of all time. They sound totally different than you.
Well, again, he's a part of that third. It's okay. You're gonna have just as many lovers as you do haters, and that's in anything. That's in anything. But I'm not here to change their mind, Tim. But that's not gonna stop me from speaking the truth on anything.
Yeah.
And my eyes don't fool me. He's not. You can't always just pay attention to what people say. You got to pay attention to patterns, behaviors.
Now you're sounding like my last caller, MAGA Reacts, who in the comments, by the way, says now politics is the most interesting thing on TV. That is why we're here. What about the fact that Trump has brought, regardless of how you think Trump has behaved as a politician, he has energized more Americans into the political forum than anybody before. Is that not a good thing?
You know what? You better pay attention to politics with somebody like him running. If you don't, guess what? Right now, we would be paying 3 times as much as insurance, which is what's happening anyway.
Yeah.
That's why the Democrats are not bowing down to his ass, because even if they were to open up, what is his plan B? What is the backup plan? You want to get rid of the ACA and all of that stuff? Okay, get rid of it if it doesn't help. But what is the backup plan? What is the backup plan, Tim?
I don't think there's any backup plan for it. It's repeal without replacing.
That's just why the Democrats should not bow down to his ass. No, fuck no.
All right, Ms. Mobetta, so close government indefinitely.
Well, whatever. I mean, listen, because again, I know personally I'm not going to be able to afford no $2,000 a month for health insurance. I don't even go to the doctor that fucking much. Yeah. I don't.
Well, maybe by the time all is said and done, we might get universal health care for all out of this after showing, after all of the damage.
Which is what people they do it all over the place all the time. Either way, the money is going to have to be spent. At least you can say that you're spending it on your country. You're spending it on your people. You keep saying, it's about America first. What's wrong with giving us education, giving us health insurance? What's wrong with those things?
They don't want to foot the bill. Mr. Mobetta, got to move it on. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
They want to keep lying. Yeah, they keep lying in their pockets. But guess what? What's his name? That drunk headset? They're getting ready to fuck around and find out. They're going to start turning on each other. It's starting with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah. Keep your eye out. They're gonna really start turn. Then they're gonna start calling them rhinos and shit.
Yeah, I'm watching her.
They're gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I was watching her on television while you were speaking. She's on my monitor behind me, and you're right. They're going to start calling. I definitely think Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to start getting attacked by Trump. If she keeps talking, he's going to start attacking her. Because she's all over the airways right now, and it's all negative.
She's all over now.
Yeah.
She's the big talk now. And Pizza Lover, you must be in the basement. You probably don't even have no health insurance anyway. And I wish you'd show your picture to see if you even got any teeth. Damn. Shut your ass up. And to call yourself a pizza lover, do you know what a pizza lover is? They are P3DOs. Ooh. That's what the pizza stand for.
I've never heard that before.
Now keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me and blah 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 that. Scratch and sniff, bitch.
Miss Mobetta, always a pleasure.
On that note, Tim, I'm chucking up the deuces to his ass.
Holla. Good talk.
Holla.
All right. Moving on with the program. By the way, tap the screen. Oh, wow. We are over 100,000. Thank you, folks, very much. I guess we could go for 110 if that's not impossible. Still plenty of folks. Whoa, that's pretty good. Appreciate that. The Voice. Got your boy looking like he's from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Thank you for that very much. Tap the screen, by the way. Get the likes on up to. Is that a yeah? Appreciate the hat and mustache there, Bobby. Thank you very much. Let me get my spectacles. I can't see, what is it at? 104. Yeah, tap the screen, get us up to 115. Nice guy. Then you will find out before us when he screws you too. Coming soon. Says I'm done. Good evening, Angela. Is that Angela V Jackson? Or yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Good evening, Angela Jackson. It's not about personality, it's about the people. Perhaps, but your personality is going to matter. I mean, look, I don't care what you're doing for the people. If you're treating people like shit, saying crazy stuff, words have consequences. That's been one of the problems with. That's been one of the thorns in the side of MAGA, who favor Trump, who likes his policies, like the direction he's delivering for America. But that has been one of the thorns in the side of Trump since he came down the golden escalator, is how can we get people to focus only on what he's doing and not what he's saying? Because he's obviously saying things constantly that's going to piss people off. Now he's also doing things that are going to piss people off. But in his first term, it was a lot more what he was saying than what he was doing. Now he's just anti-Democrat. I hate Democrats and all kinds of crazy shit. So, but yeah, MAGA's been trying to get folks from day one to only pay attention to what he does, not what he says. I don't know how you can do that. I just don't believe that we can ever be in an environment where words do not have consequences. If you're saying awful things to people, there's going to be consequences for it. And Trump, nobody has done that better than Trump. Trump has been saying awful things about people since he came on the scene. I guess we could argue, well, they said something about him too, whatever the case may be. But we've never had a president that just simply said, I'm going to take revenge on anybody that criticizes me. That ain't what we normally do. Trump trolls a lot and people don't understand it all. Well, just me. Yeah, look, the goal of trolling is to piss people off, whether they understand it or not. You're not trolling people to make them feel good. You're trolling people to make them upset. So you can't complain when they get upset. I mean, like, for instance, he posted a picture, what was it, this weekend, of Hakeem Jeffries wearing a sombrero. We talked about it on the show, and it's on the monitor behind me. He posted a picture here of Hakeem Jeffries wearing a sombrero. Now, MAGA obviously loved this kind of shit. MAGA said it was funny, it was hilarious. And of course, the Democrats thought it was insulting. Some even said it was racist. The Mexican community and the black community found it to be racist. What did President Trump do? He doubled down. He started playing mariachi music with it. So if you're going to do stuff like that, you're kind of trying to provoke a negative reaction on the other side, are you not? So if your goal is to provoke a negative reaction on the other side, quit acting shocked when you have a negative reaction coming from the other side. Like, for instance, somebody asked me in the comments maybe about a half hour ago or so, why do the Democrats hate him so much? Because that's what he wants, right? You don't do this to make people like you. You do this to make people dislike you. So why do they hate him so much? Because that's what he wants. He's kind of just simply getting what he's asking for. He wants you to not like him. So that's what's happening. I care about Americans. Doesn't matter your ethnic background. Well, that's a good thing for you, Mark. Nobody in this country has ever cared about people's ethnic background or your sexual choice or your gender. No matter what era you go back in history, people always have said, I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your gender is or who you're loving. Yet we've maintained a whole history of being racist, sexist, and homophobic. So some people are not being honest about it. I'm just going to say it that way. But there's never been an era where you had politicians saying, yeah, we really don't like blacks or we really don't like Hispanics. They always said they didn't have a problem with it. But nevertheless, the country was what it has been. I don't go around saying I'm Nordic American. No, because nobody ever started out by calling you Nordic American. Our country doesn't have a history as much of otherizing whites. They've only done that to non-whites. So, Japanese American, Chinese American, African American, they just call white people white people. Now, there are a few groups that are now considered white that were otherized when they first came here and were not considered white. So what is defined as white has changed over the years. When the Italians first came here, they were not considered as white. That's why they were called Italian Americans. Polish were not considered white. But you never heard of English white or German Americans, you never heard of English Americans. They accepted them from day one. You never heard of French Americans. They were accepted from day one. So what the Irish were not favored either when they first came here. So the groups that they don't like, you get the hyphen. If they don't like you, you get a hyphen. You are something hyphen American. The groups they do like, you're white. It's as simple as that. So since that happened, they've been trying to convince the people that were otherized to finally go ahead and drop what they did to them. Just call yourself an American. You don't have to call yourself what we used to anymore. Just you're an American now. We've kind of accepted you now. That's what we're kind of getting. But those names did not come from the people that are saying it. Why do you call yourself African American? You're an American. Well, he didn't make it up. Somebody gave him that. Looking in the comments here, Irish got scrutiny as well. Yeah, the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, they weren't considered white back then. Sterlo, there were over 400 nations here, which I don't get what that is. You are a fluke of the universe. Damn. You have no right to be here. Who was it? You got a quotations around this. I'm assuming you're not talking to me. Who said that, though? Who was that told to? Only Trump is allowed to lie without being called a liar. Bullshit, says Jen Newman. Yeah, Trump, when he lies, it's called exaggerations or alternative facts or something. My family was here before the Indians, but moved back to Europe, then came back to the U.S. Your family were here before the Native Americans? What are they, Vikings? How far back are you going, Sterling? I'd be curious to know what you're talking about. Tim, you're buffering on YouTube. Fix it, man. Also, I think MAGA is going to turn on Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's stepping into the light. I got to get a better. Sometimes my Wi-Fi has problem. I got to upgrade the speed. Appreciate that, handsome stubby fingers. But I agree with you. Marjorie Taylor Greene is probably going to see the wrath of MAGA if she keeps talking. I do believe that's going to happen. I mean, because look, Trump don't like you on TV bashing him. And even though she's not consistently bashing Trump, CNN and The View and some of these liberal programs are playing her over and over again on a loop. So that's obviously going to piss Trump off. They're playing her over and over again on a loop. So I'm assuming she's probably already got a call from some of the folks on the right, like, you need to shut the fuck up. Let me go back to the box. We'll continue on with I was looking for one of my other callers there. Sherbert, good evening. Sherbert, welcome to the program. Where is where's Grandma Ruckus? You missed her, RK. She's already been through. Why is universal health care good enough for the members of Congress, but not for all Americans? Because they have the power to vote for their own. The Americans don't. Sherbert, good evening. Welcome to the program. The Democrats are done. I don't think so. Democrats are no more done than the Republicans are. Because if you let one party be in power, they're going to eventually take it too far in their direction, and that's going to make the other party more desirable. I mean, just like the Democrats are going too far in the eyes of many with the transgender shit and the border wide open and things like that. Now that Trump is in power and he's quite powerful, he's going too far to the right. He is now going too far to the right. So you can go too far to the right as well. If you watch right-wing media, you hear about the radical left. You don't hear, if you're watching Fox or Newsmax, you'll never hear about the radical right. But that does exist. Forcing the Bible in schools, threatening to execute women that have an abortion. That's too far to the fucking right. That's too far to the right. You got Charlie Kirk talking about bringing back public executions and shit like that. That's too far to the damn right. So the more power that the right gets, they're going to do stuff that is going to make folks start leaning back left. They're going too far to the right. Getting rid of everybody's health care like what they're doing in the big, beautiful bill. They're going too far to the right. Now this is a different comment. Runmore says America is done. Damn. Congress insurance isn't part of the national healthcare system. I just personally don't understand how Congress could still get paid when American federal employees are not. If their pay was suspended along with the American federal employees, that would be a huge incentive for them to work to keep the government open. Their pay should be suspended along with the federal workers. And the thing about it is, when you factor in how much Congress makes and all of the other allowances and allotments they get, they actually can sustain going weeks without a paycheck. You're not living paycheck to paycheck if you're a congressman or a congresswoman. So they actually should have their paychecks temporarily suspended. Not the guy that is, making 70, 80 grand a year or less. It should be them. 100. And William Williams in the comments said 175,000. Yeah, if you're making 175K, you could probably go a month or two without a paycheck without going in the poorhouse. You probably have a decent bank account with that type of income coming in. All Americans don't pay taxes, but some, a lot, healthcare don't pay in. Sterlo, I don't quite get what you're saying, but some, a lot, have healthcare and don't. I don't get what you're saying there. They might have the spare Volvo. Yeah, you're making 175K. You should, but like I said, their actual pay should be suspended, just like your federal worker. Suspend theirs too. Thank you. Biden and Democrats have made it much worse. I also live in Cali. I don't know. If you live in California and you're not doing well, I could see where you blame the Democrats. But I mean, if you live in Mississippi and you're doing poor, do you blame the Republicans? Because most of the poverty in this country is not in California; it's in Republican states. So you leave California because you don't like how that's ran, and you go move to rural Louisiana, see how you had less jobs, less opportunity, less everything. So I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. We'll try to continue. I'm having problems with the box. We'll try it again. I tried to bring up a guest there. We'll go to Mike. Because of Biden, we are in this nightmare now. No, Biden ain't got nothing to do with tariffs and shit like that. No.
I'm so sick of these motherfuckers. Oh, Biden and the Democrats. No, motherfuckers, no. Eat your lunch.
Yeah.
Eat the meal that you served up.
Yeah, Trump is, if we were just dealing, like, okay, when Obama left and Trump was dealing with Obama's economy, then you could kind of blame back and forth. But Trump has made so many drastic changes since taking office, you can't blame the economy that we currently are having on Biden, because there's so many big things that have happened since Trump took over that Biden's economy is gone. This is not Biden's economy. This is Trump's economy.
Hey, what's up, Tim? Hey, tap the screen, share the live. Let's get Tim up to 150. Now listen, Tim, I believe in your followers. I believe with 228 people in here, we can get the likes up to 150 before I drop. I truly believe that.
All right.
Even your Trump supporters, because the only thing I ask about Trump supporters, particularly MAGA, you can get more likes if you get that one thumb out of the ass. You can tap that.
Oh my God! Well, I think they actually. I think he reached my TikTok cap goal. I believe it.
Don't be saving them. Don't be saving them. Let my joke marinate.
Right.
Don't Jimmy Kimmel me, kid. Tim, don't.
Oh my God! Don't Jimmy Kimmel you, huh?
Yeah. Listen, man. They're not going to go after Marjorie Greene Taylor because Marjorie Greene Taylor knows where some bones are buried. Number one. I guarantee that.
That's why. Well, she said herself that she feels her life is in danger, so they can go after her. They can silence her.
Well, yeah, and if that happens, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But have you noticed they haven't said anything to her? Have you noticed you haven't seen any public statement from anybody?
I think Trump. I think there was a report that Trump did say something to the what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think he did say something.
Listen. That ain't us. Come on, Tim. That ain't a Trump statement.
True.
That ain't a Trump statement.
That ain't how Trump chastised you.
Hell no, that ain't how Trump challenges people. Now listen, did you hear or have you already talked about how Trump said, because he talked to Machado, the one that won the Nobel Peace Prize today. You know, he said he had a phone call with her. Did you hear about that?
No.
Trump said he talked to her on the phone today, and this is what he said. He said she told him she accepted the Nobel Peace Prize in his honor.
The Venezuelan recipient.
Yes. He said she told him on the phone that she accepted that in his honor. That's what he said. That's what he said. Listen, Tim.
Jesus Christ.
It wouldn't be so, if it wasn't so serious, we could really have a good laugh about it. This government shutdown is not on the Democrats, it's on the Republicans.
But wait a minute. In regards to what you said, Kim Beasley in the comments said the Venezuelan lady actually tweeted that out.
Yeah, whatever. Again, here's the deal. And I haven't seen the tweet. He's already going after Venezuelan boats and all of that stuff. So why?
Right.
Again,
why would she do that?
Well, unless he threatened her with more military action if she didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Listen, the sad part is there is nothing off the table when it comes to this administration. Nothing. There is nothing that comes off the table when it comes to this administration. Even if she posted it on Twitter or whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, this man is so hungry for attention, for validation, that he devalued. He said Obama didn't deserve the win he got. I mean, listen, it's a sad time in this country right now when we're looking at all this bullshit going on right now. It's just ridiculous.
This is our well, let me read a couple things here. Carol Brown says it's amazing how low-income MAGA points the finger at all the undesirables like they'll never be looked at as the undesirables. It's a good point. It's a really good point. Here's the AI overview on Maria Corina Machado. The winner of this is AI, says the winner of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize stated that she was accepting the award in honor of Donald Trump, who publicly and repeatedly insisted that he deserved it. Following the announcement on October 10, 2025, Machado called Trump and later dedicated the prize to him. So that viewer, Kim Beasley, was right.
Now listen. Now, you don't have time to Google it, because nowhere in the history of fucking land has anyone ever given a Nobel Peace Prize in someone else's honor. She sucked, but it is what it is. And listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean shit. It may mean something to his supporters. He didn't deserve it in the first fucking place. I don't see how you can receive a Nobel Peace Prize and your country is falling to shits and you got National Guards and people on the streets. It's just bullshit. But Laura Loomer is in the news tonight. Did you hear about Laura Loomer?
No, tonight, no. And I came on air with 10 things. There's so much that is broke today that I mean, the amount of news that has come out just today alone, this week has been the busiest I've ever heard of. So no, what did Laura Loomer now come up with?
Because of the Army base that we're about to open up in Idaho for Qatar, which is absolutely she says she feels betrayed. The fact that we would have a foreign country open up a base on U.S. soil. Google it. And she's talking about, I don't think I'll be voting in 2026. Wow. I don't think. Yeah.
Now, I was watching a clip earlier. Joe Rogan, apparently, they're claiming on the Joe Rogan show that they've been talking camera or behind the scenes to some Republicans, and there may be potentially a large revolt coming from the Republican Party. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but because Joe Rogan is starting to turn against Trump himself, and they're claiming, because this woman has got to be certified to become the last Epstein list person or whatever. But they're saying that they believe it. I mean, because Trump is doing. Listen, regardless of how you may feel about Trump, love him or not, he is doing some pretty wild shit. And at the end of the day, if for some reason Trump does not become the 48th president or whatever, there's probably a lot of people on the Republican side of the aisle that realize you're going to be held accountable for some of this stuff.
Well, the bottom line is this, Tim, and I told you before. In my humble opinion, I think that's why he's trying to fortify DC. I think he doesn't have. I said this shit 4 months ago. I don't think he has any intention on leaving. By the time the big beautiful bill does hit and all this bullshit, and it starts to affect his supporters, and we knew it would. Then they'll start to revolt, but it'll be too late because the ball will be rolling down that proverbial hill, and there won't be a way for them to really stop it. And again, I had the conversation today. Someone kept asking me why, and I'm like, You tell me why they have the power to stop this shutdown by using a nuclear option and they won't use it.
Because
they don't need the Democrats.
He wants, he wants the government chaos, in my opinion, to continue. I see in the comments, this Dragnell says, I would defend the president with my life. So he still has some hardcore supporters out there.
Walk your ass out. Listen, if you would defend him with your life, here's the thing. Take your ass to Chicago and go on and grab one of those ICE uniforms and go on out there and talk that shit since you so held. Giving your life for somebody that don't give a fuck about you.
Ooh.
That is the most, listen, Tim, I need people to get out of this cult. This man would walk past you and give you nothing. And to say you would give your life and leave your family and your structure for what? For who was that? Who was that said that?
It's Dragnell. He's on my other platform.
Right. I just wanted to say by name. It's Dragnell. Tell me what he would present to you where you would sacrifice your life and leave your family and everything that you are working or trying to build for him. What could he possibly offer you?
They think they're doing
it's just crazy, Tim.
It's
crazy.
I can see what the logic is, just like when you go fight a war overseas or something like that. You believe you're fighting on behalf of your country.
But here's the difference, Tim. Everything that Trump is doing, you can verify it, you can search. Instead of the headlines, instead of the clips, you can do work and understand where this was been going from the beginning. Economists looked at who was that just said that? I'm gonna start going live.
Dragnell.
People like a dude, Safe Streets. A dude. You know what's so funny, Tim? This time last year, all these Trump supporters weren't saying shit about Safe Streets. This time last year, Trump supporters weren't saying shit about what's going on now. They weren't none of this shit. They only get on board and they shit. Lives only exist because there's so much bullshit out there for us to talk about. This wasn't on Agenda 47. It was in Project 2025. But it wasn't on Agenda 47. I bet you these same Trump supporters, when Trump said he didn't know Project 2025 existed, they said, well, he doesn't know anything about it. Now he says he knows something about it. Do you think they're coming to the table and saying? Well,
the thing about it is Trump has a unique power that no matter what he says, even if he does a complete 180, MAGA's going to follow him. I mean, if he's Putin is a great guy, MAGA's in the camp with him. If he all of a sudden says Putin is bad and we need to impose sanctions, MAGA's going to go right with that. I mean, MAGA doesn't. I mean. And that's where I kind of lost my way with me following Fox and some of the Republican media outlets and things like that. Is I used to have a clear-cut picture of what the Republican Party stood for: small government, pro-Christianity, pro-family, things like that. Once Trump came along, it was just whatever Trump goes with. They didn't. I mean, if he's pro-family, but if the next day he's something else, then they're going with that. They just kind of wherever he's at. So it became more the MAGA party or more the Trump party because Trump, like this National Guard being deployed to all these, that's not the small government that Republicans used to favor. That's something different. And they're okay with it.
Well, let me ask you this. You're right. And two things about that. So he just deployed the Texas National Guard
to Illinois,
to Chicago.
Yeah.
But I thought the Texas National Guard was protecting the border. So who's protecting the border now, Tim? You only have a certain amount of National Guards in each state, right?
Shit, he might have sent active duty Marines or something down there. You never know.
But they said Texas National Guards. But I get you. But the other part about it is what you just described is a cult, Tim. What you just described is a cult. And I want to remind MAGA that will not move one way or another and put your life on the line for. You know the Jim Jones followers. If they didn't drink the Kool-Aid and they start realizing this was really fucked up, the ones that didn't drink the Kool-Aid ended up getting pew-pewed, right?
Yeah, they made them. Yeah, they killed them. I heard about it.
I want you to so can you say that again for all your platforms if they cannot hear me? When you decide to move away from the cult, there's a consequence for it.
Yeah.
When you decide to move away from the cult, there's a consequence for it. Now, this may not necessarily be
that happened with the Scientology stuff too, and the Mormons. Yeah, you're right. When you leave, they come for you. You are right.
They come for your ass.
Yeah.
You come for your ass. David Koresh, I mean, hey, so my point is this. And the damage that's going to be done to the families. Let's talk about this for a second, Tim, because this is really serious. The damage that's being done in families, and that will be done, and over the next 3 years, there will be deconstruction from this MAGA movement for some MAGA supporters. Because I'm gonna tell you, if nothing else wakes you up, you know the one thing that'll wake your ass up faster than nothing is when you got $500, but you see when you see a bill for $2,000. And you start realizing that your insurance is going away and you have a chronic illness and that you can't pay for it, it's not going to fly. That Democrats just not going to. It's not going to fly at that point.
Well, you know, President Trump has convinced them that their health insurance is not at risk.
Again, he can say that, but the mail's coming. He can say that, but the postman's coming. And when that invoice hits in your fucking mailbox, Trump's words won't match up with that invoice, and you're going to have to reconcile what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And in that moment, that's going to be your moment of clarity. But do you have the finances to maintain from $500 to $1,200, $700 increase a month just to maintain your insurance?
Well, maybe he would do like what he said. You know, he's only going at the Democratic programs. Maybe he would start helping out with subsidies to Republicans and Republican states.
Right. Well, and listen, at the end of the day, they're going to have to do what they're going to have to do. And to answer in motion in the comments, it's not about satisfying me. You guys are hearing what I'm saying, and you're pointing your vitriol at me. I'm just sharing with you the situation at hand. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying, just get on your Google machine that's in your hand and research what I'm saying.
How about this one? Now, the same gentleman, it's what is the name? I said it's Dragneel or whatever, says Americans should have to buy their own health care. It's never been the government's responsibility. So even if the prices go up, hey, you should have to buy it yourself anyway.
Yeah. Whoever that was either has never had health insurance or makes enough money where they're not worried about it. And this is the problem with all of this. Social programs aren't a bad thing. We pay into the government, so we should use our money to take care of American people. And sometimes, hey, all you Christians, all you MAGA Christians, I thought as a Christian, you're supposed to look after and take care of others that can't fend for themselves.
They don't.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the Christians.
I know. So
Christians,
they're not real. Listen, they're not going to like this. They're not real Christians. MAGA alert. You're not real Christians if you don't give a fuck about other people. MAGA alert. You don't give a fuck. You're not a Christian if you don't give a fuck about other people. I mean, Tim, at the end of the day, they will take Christianity and they'll pervert it into this thing that is cruelty to other people. And Alter said they already know. I believe that too, Alter Ego. I believe that they know. But I believe that people are willing to risk harm to marginalized communities, even if it means short-term, what they think is short-term pain to them.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, if this whole here's the thing, Tim. Every department, every division of the government, whether it's Medicaid, Medi-Cal, welfare, any social service has a fraud division. Medi-Cal fraud, Medicaid fraud. Okay. You know, they just do welfare fraud because they know that that's just what happens. But they've been sold that it's just such a big thing. We got to just cut a big part of it out, right? Which is not true. Which is not true at all. But the bigger benefits on all those social services in this country, Tim, the biggest percentage of people that take advantage of social services in this country by racial demographic is who?
No, it's white people. It's more of them.
Right. But but who's on these platforms talking about telling black folks or Hispanics to get off the system?
Yeah, they always say that, you know, blacks are welfare queens and shit. Like, yeah, it's over. I mean, you don't think there's a whole bunch of black people in Idaho getting food stamps, do you? I mean, they're not even there. I mean, but they do believe that. Just like the 13% of the crime, 50% of the jail population. You think Idaho prisons are loaded with black people? I mean, it's not logical if you just really look into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that and listen, Tim, I'm gonna say it again. I really believe in people. I believe in the human experience. People don't care about people like they used to a degree, and because I
don't even know if they used to.
People give it right. But what I mean is we had neighborhoods, we had communities, right?
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we had communities, right? And it's just not the same anymore. More things are more transactional. But when it comes to where we are in the state of this country right now, and people are applauding this peace deal with Israel, right? But it's like, how many peace deals have we had in the last 30 years, 20 years, Tim, that have been breached?
Did it go all the way back to Yasser Arafat?
Yeah, it's been 27, 28 cease. So I'm not moved by it, because all it's going to take for Netanyahu to say they fired something at us and fire back, that's all it's going to take.
Yeah. I had somebody. Yeah, I did a Stitch video with one of my with a MAGA person that I follow, and she was saying that the Democrats for the last few years they've been talking about genocide and talking about free Palestine, and here Trump is negotiating a deal so that the war ends, and you notice how silent the Democrats are. They haven't said a damn thing. And I responded to her video, and I said, it sounds, I get your point about the hypocrisy, but it's because they don't believe it. They've heard so many falsehoods from Netanyahu and Trump over the last few years. They don't believe it's over with. That's why they're not celebrating and giving Trump credit for it. Not to mention, they also believe Trump, who said he's going to make it the Riviera of the Middle East, is partially responsible for the war to begin with.
Right. I mean, it's all dog whistles. It's all smoke and mirrors. The reality is Donald Trump is fleecing America, with all of this money. Now we understand what happened with the jet, or we can start to understand what he guaranteed them with that damn jet, right?
Yep. And that's more like the crazy thing is, because Trump talked about, they tried to impeach me twice and things like that. If he loses the midterms, how many things has he done that might be worthy of an impeachment at this point?
Shit, Tim.
I mean, blowing up boats in international waters. I mean, you're sending National Guard all over the place. You're pulling people over for simply being brown. I mean, there's so many things that are in it. Now you're talking about you're only going to go at the Democratic programs. It's insane that all the stuff he's done now that the Democrats could probably finagle some kind of case on.
Oh, 100%. I mean, man, there's so many things he could get impeached on. The whole Letitia James case and the James Comey case.
Yeah, announcing ahead of time that you want them prosecuted.
Yeah, because exactly. I mean, there's so much shit. There's a cornucopia of impeachable shit that he's done. But it's not just him; it's the people around him as well.
But I gotta say, the Supreme Court sure picked the right guy to give immunity to. There is no guy who needs that more than Trump. They picked the right guy to give immunity to.
Yeah, and it's terrible. And we as a country, his supporters are just accepting it. And here's the thing. I'm going to say, and I knew this was going to happen. If you pull up the Laura Loomer quotes, you're getting Laura Loomer over here, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We know that they don't like each other. Them two motherfuckers do not like each other. So, but they are on the same page as far as she didn't like, because I guess what I read is Laura Loomer was told that they would never do that with Qatar. Like they would never do anything like that. That's what she said in her statement.
Anybody who thought that, but here's the thing that I don't think that whether you're MAGA, whether you're a liberal, independent, I don't think anybody's dumb enough to believe that Qatar would just give Trump a $400 million aircraft for no reason at all. That anybody who believes that is an idiot.
Well, now let me push back. Well, let's talk about. Can we talk about the idiots for a second, shall we?
Real
because
quick.
MAGA React said that shit. Jeremy said that shit. Twisted said that shit. DJ Julio said that shit. Gen X said that shit. Fancy Pants said, "Can I go on?" Every last one of them said that shit. Every last one of them said, "Oh, well, we don't know the details, and maybe they danced around that shit." Even when what's it? That's why you have the emoluments clause, so this shit doesn't happen. So now we're gonna start to see what he promised them something. just do it for fucking nothing.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna
told
give
he
you
was
a
a prostitute.
$400 million aircraft just for no reason at all. I mean, which really, as president of the United States, it should be illegal to even accept that. There should be no, Congress would have probably said yes anyway, but somebody else should have to vote on that. But to me, as president of the United States, you shouldn't even be able to fly in a jet that's made by somebody else. I mean, that's the safety risk of it.
You just said something that is very, very important, Tim, and I'm glad you said it because I wouldn't have spoke on it. He has the Congress and Senate. If they're at his beck and call and they're not going to push back against him, he should have just ran it through Congress and Senate and left it at that, right? But but here, I'm gonna land my plane here and I'm gonna let you get to your next guest. We're at 143, y'all.
That was close. That was close.
We're get there. So I'm gonna land my plane here. I told you, I called him the prostitute in chief. I told you that. I told you he went through. You've been hearing me say the prostitute in chief for a while. He took his ass over to the Middle East and he threw his ass in a circle and he jacked that ass up and climbed up the Middle East pole and swung that shit around. Listen, he's transactional.
Yeah.
He's transactional. He's going to do whatever he's going to do to get something in his pocket and fuck everybody else. And if any MAGA supporter says I'm wrong, go online and find me somewhere where Trump has done something specifically for lower income and middle class, specifically. And you won't because he's fucked the farmers. Our groceries haven't gone down. Now, the only reason gas is down right now is because they're getting rid of the summer blend. The winter blend gas is coming in and prices are going to go back up. You guys have to pay attention to what's going on and stop grabbing his ass. He doesn't want you.
All right,
squeezing
Mike.
his ass on the elevator. He doesn't stop squeezing his ass on the elevator. He does not want you.
I'll leave it at that, Mike. Thanks for coming through.
All right, Gold Chain.
Appreciate it. Oh, fuck out of here. Sterlo says gas is down. Yes, but he's saying that and Sterlo said I use both hands. Shame on you, Sterlo. Qatar paid for that base on U.S. soil. Qatar, who sponsors terrorism, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it is hard to believe that they would have given Trump a $400 million jet for no reason at all. We had a show on it when it was happening, and I was saying that then. I didn't believe that, but this MAGA sees Trump as somebody who didn't take a salary and, you know, he would never do anything corrupt. I didn't buy it. Nobody's going to give you nothing like that for free.
Your thoughts? Which one? The Nobel Peace Prize.
I including a very big one, and I'm not sure, you know, when you say big, it's certainly, I think, to the mind of most, the most important deal ever made in terms of peace. But the one we just signed, it's been signed, sealed, and it's going to start taking place now. It's already started. Monday's going to be a very big day when the hostages come back. But I made 8 deals, transactions of wars. One was 31 years going on. 10 million people were killed. One was 34 years. One was 36, 37. One was 10. One was just starting. 2 were just starting, actually, but they were well on their way. In the case of India and Pakistan, 7 planes were shot down. It was a bad one. And I did it largely through trade. I mean, that one, numerous of them. I talked tariffs. I said, look, if you're going to do that, we're going to put very big tariffs on your country. And they were both great. They stopped fighting, and there were 2 nuclear powers. So, you know, they're all big. They're every one of them big. You take a look at the Congo. You take a look at the Congo and Rwanda.
That was only a few more seconds of this. This is what he's going to say. He talked to the lady and she took the Nobel Peace Prize in his honor, if I'm correct.
1 million people killed over a long period of time. Got that one solved. We did a total of 8 as of this 2 days ago. I would have said 7, which I did say, but the other one was signed up, sealed. As you know, Israel signed it just now. They signed it and they approved it today, their parliament. And it's a great honor to be involved with so many. So the person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. A very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me though. I think she might have. She was very nice, and I've been helping her along the way.
Does anybody believe that? Apparently, the woman did tweet out she said it, but you think, well, I don't know. I'm not even going to ask you guys to post it. Tim Griffey will go ahead and continue the program. That's interesting, though. I'd rather have a president that is open to any deal. I don't think he's open to any deal. I don't think he's open to dealing with the Democrats. I don't think what he's doing is open. Tim Griffey, good evening.
Hello.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to the program. What am I getting wrong, Tim?
Well, I mean, nothing really.
What brought you on this evening?
Well, I mean, I was talking to, the lady that was calling you, Uncle Tom and stuff.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know if you're near the microphone or something. You're really muffled. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. We'll move it on. Continuing on with the program, we'll go straight to Arshafine. He's drinking, says T-Mac. Arsha, good evening.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Long time no speak. You're not wearing my favorite color though, but you are shining. I like your chain.
Thank you. We're wearing navy blue as the order of the day. So
I love you being bright and bossy. Anyway, I want to start out with just a couple thoughts that I've been having.
Sure, what you got?
One, listen, when it comes to human lives, I don't care who the human being is in charge. If Donald Trump, which, listen, I'm not a Trump supporter, but if Donald Trump can get it to where Palestinians are not dying at a massive rate, even if it's for a small amount of time, congratulations, Donald. Maybe next year you'll get the prize.
Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you and say this. Let me interrupt you and say this.
Because wait. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say,
Go ahead.
Even though he brokered this peace deal, a lot of folks believe because Netanyahu, the only ally to to Israel right now is the United States. So a lot of folks believe that most of this genocide that they perceive that happened would never have happened if Trump did not give Netanyahu the authorization to go this far. So it's hard for folks to reward Trump for ending it.
I'm not rewarding him with anything. What I'm saying is if whatever he did as of the present, I'm not talking about last week, last month, if for any reason, whatever it was that he brokered, because he obviously believes that humans are transactional.
Okay.
If those human beings that he's made a transactional agreement on are no longer getting unalived at a massive rate, I take that as a win for now. I don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks. I don't know what's going to happen on Tuesday. I have no idea. But if it keeps one baby on or one mother able to get milk or, any lives at this point, this isn't about politics. And I am not I'm going to root for peace over rooting against Trump at this point.
Okay.
Do I like him? No. So yay. If this works out, I hope for the sake of the Palestinians and for the Israel that we have some peace. Okay. Moving on. I also want to say to the human beings out there, maybe MAGA, that are so upset about Bad Bunny. He's an American citizen. He was born in America. He is an American citizen. He has the right to vote. In case you didn't know from school, read Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. They have the right to vote in most elections. So when you say that we're not having an all-American Super Bowl halftime, actually we are. It's just not the America you like.
Well, they don't think Puerto Rico. Because it's in Spanish, that has something to do with it too.
Puerto Rico, that's their problem. He's still an American.
Well, but the notion is that you're in America.
He's the number one. He has beaten Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is around?
Well, they wouldn't like it. They wouldn't like Taylor Swift in the halftime show either.
Well, they're not going to like anybody that they feel can influence the people in a happy way.
What about Kid Rock? We can put him up there.
I don't fucking care. I don't have. And again, you know what, people? You do not have to watch halftime. There's this great thing called mute.
Well, there's something even greater. Turning Point USA of Charlie Kirk fame. They're hosting their own halftime show.
And this is what I wanted to talk about. There was going to be the All-American halftime show. And that's the problem I have. Bad Bunny is American. He is an American citizen and has every single thing. Shares all of the only problem you guys have at this point is if you're not saying that he is one American, and it's like, because I read this article and they're like, oh my gosh, he's gonna be. He's not cringy. Our president's cringy. This guy is probably better of a role model than our own president.
Well, what do you mean when you say Trump is cringy, though?
Are you kidding me right now?
I gotta ask.
Okay, the pictures and the drawing of the Epstein birthday book, just the shit he says. He's freaking ew. He's a dirty old man that wishes he was 21 so he could tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, maybe I do too. I wish I was 21. I mean, that ain't. Listen, everybody wishes they were younger.
Tim, you are way better looking and way more attractive than Donald Trump.
Oh my, you sound better than Gangsta Grandma who calls me ugly every day. So
wait, listen. I'm not saying that's hard to do, but I'm giving you you're a 7 or an 8. He's a freaking -1.
Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. I'll accept that.
All right.
Now I want to show you something real quick. That is Bad Bunny on my monitor. Maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, he's wearing a dress. What is up with that?
And don't we go to operas where men? Okay, listen. These human beings need to get over clothing. Like, you need to get over it. What is the big? Listen, I live in Hawaii. I see men in padeos and dress. It is a part of the culture. If you are offended by a man wearing a dress, that's your problem.
But have we not learned? Have we not learned anything from the transgender era that right now the LGBTQ community for liberals is toxic?
Well, then don't go see a theater. Holy crap! I hope you don't ever go see the arts.
I'm just simply saying right now.
Like if we are gonna stifle and ban art, performance art, anything, or you just there used to be a time where they were like, I don't know why these girls are wearing pants or shorts. That is taboo.
Yeah. I'm just simply saying, though, right now, as our country has went center right, there's not a lot of love for the LGBTQ community, especially men in dresses.
Tim, do you like? Okay, I'm gonna let you know right
now. I don't like dresses. I'm not attracted to men in dresses.
I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the earth. I love. I get into Halloween. My whole family, I have projected it onto us. We might do themes. We might do something. I would love it if we could dress up as human beings, because we're adults, right? And the problem is because you become an adult, you're no longer allowed to have fun in society without being seen as freaking, you know? If the man wants to wear a dress, who fucking cares? You don't have to wear a dress. I don't even know if he looks good in the dress. Actually, I'm like, Bad Bunny, you go, but.
Well, there is a picture of him there. There's a picture of him on the monitor behind me. They're wearing. I mean, he has unshaven armpits.
I saw it. Okay, listen.
Does he look good in that?
Listen, I have told you. Okay, I live in the islands. You know this. I have heterosexual males all around me all the time that have no hair. They shave their legs, they shave their arms, they shave their armpits because they want to be smooth, because they believe that smooth skin is better than hairy skin. Okay. Does that make them somehow, what would somebody that's transphobic think about that?
Well, if you shave your arms, but
they're married.
If you shave your arms and hair pit, there's a possibility that maybe you just don't grow hair there. You put a dress on, that's deliberate.
No. Well, listen, every day I wake up, I get dressed, and I enter the world in a costume.
And I see Herbert is telling me I could pull this off. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to see me ever dressed like that in public.
Well, I mean,
no.
You might be able.
No.
Like Tim, if you wear a blue dress, man, I might be flying over there.
All right, let me see what I got in the closet. Let me see what I got in the closet.
Kidding, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. But if you wanted to, you should be entitled. You should have the freedom to be able to do that without ridicule.
Well,
that's the thing.
I hear you.
That's the thing.
I mean,
obviously, people are dicks, man. But if you, like I said, if you put on some frilly prom dress that was my favorite color, remember this, Tim, blue.
I'm wearing blue now. It just looks like black. It's very dark blue, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Last time I saw you, you were. Anyway, be quiet. Anyway, so, I love you, Tim.
Hey.
But like, what is a person wearing a dress doing to you? Is it harming you?
No.
In any way? Is it taking away from your security or your safety or no, it's not. It's just a fucking dress. It's literally a piece of cloth. And if you are offended by cloth, and that's the thing.
Well, no, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. What it's about is they believe that you're confusing children on gender identity. You're taking away what used to be the alpha male and what used to be the feminine woman, and you're confusing it so that people can be any damn thing. They don't like that.
Well, I hope to God they don't take their kids trick-or-treating. Because
that's one day. That's one day. Tim,
sometimes dress up is fun.
Yeah, but if you're dressing up for
hurting.
Look, if you're playing
hurting anybody.
No, I didn't say it was. Well, they don't. I don't know if they totally believe that because they believe you're confusing the gen. I mean, do you realize what percentage of the current generation? Hold on. Do you realize what percentage of the current generation? What are they? Generation Z or whatever they're called are LGBTQ. The amount of what'd you say?
It's sorry. I'm listening to you. Sorry.
No, folks are they're claiming that because of this stuff, there's been a huge rise in children that are anything but straight.
If straightness was contagious, there would be no gay people.
Yeah. Fair enough.
If a gay person or a lesbian or a bisexual or a trans person could grow up watching all of these super heterosexual, because listen, that's the majority. If watching males and females kiss doesn't turn you into being a heterosexual, and listen, I have a lot of gay friends. I mean, I have plenty of gay and lesbian friends. I can't turn.
No,
I find women beautiful. They're gorgeous. The female body, I get it. It's beautiful. But there's a line there, Tim.
I get it. And I'm the same way. No matter how many times you show me male genitalia, I'm not going to want one.
You can't be manipulated with an ideology to make you. I'm not gonna.
They don't agree. They don't agree with you, Arsha. They believe that if you keep showing young children images of homosexuality and things like that, they believe that it can influence the child to think that's acceptable and become that way.
Okay,
they have a different opinion.
Okay, so we have been forcing heterosexuality things in life, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not disagreeing. And those kids aren't taking it. They're just not biting it. For some reason, they're like, "Ooh, I'd rather kiss a boy," or "Ooh, I'd rather kiss a girl." Like the majority, like for any of those people who say they're showing and they're exposing. Listen, we've all been exposed to heterosexuality since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Why haven't these LGBTQ people taken the bait?
Because you now have heterosexuals that are telling them that lifestyle is okay for you to do. And Handsome Stubby Finger says, "She is my best. That's my girl." So you got a fan out there. Arsha, I do got to move it on. I'll give you the last one.
Wait, no, Handsome. I swear to God, I'm going to kill you.
I gotta die.
30 seconds. I've been trying. No.
I can only have each caller on for so long, baby.
I only get to talk to you like once every 2 weeks, and I see how much time.
No, we'll bring you back up. We'll bring you back up, but I do got to move it on to other callers, though.
Okay, my feelings are hurt. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna cry my way to Target.
Well, you can get LGBTQ stuff at Target now.
No, you can't. I can't even get black hair products anymore because of DEI being gone.
Are you serious? They took out the products?
Yep.
What the hell? In Hawaii?
I can't. Well, because Target's Target. It's a corporation. I went in there to get my hair products that I used to get, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, girl, we don't sell this anymore." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "We stopped DEI." And I'm like, I live here. We have ethnic people that fucking live here. Like, anyway, yes, it's very frustrating, Tim.
I did not know that. That is crazy. So the DEI.
I live with Samoans. I mean, we have a Samoan. We have a lot of ethnic hair, Tim. A lot of ethnic hair. And I can't go to Target and buy my curl cream. And I just want to say,
that's our president, Ursula. All right, I do got to move it on.
But what I'm going to say is fuck white supremacy.
Ooh. Talk to you soon.
That's it.
Have a good one.
Love you. Bye.
You too. Bye. Moving on with the program. You crazy girl. Tap the screen, folks. 157K. Thank you, folks, that have been tapping the screen. What did I say? I didn't know that either. Yeah, that's the DEI stuff. I never thought that the DEI stuff was right, in my humble opinion. I do believe you should have merit and you should earn your way, whether you're Charlie Kirk talked about a black pilot or whatever the case may be. But just like you should have the merit to earn the job you're working on, they should have to prove that you don't have the merit before they go around yelling DEI. And I'm not a fan of the Trump administration constantly yelling DEI and firing people without I don't know anyone I've seen so far that the Trump administration or Charlie Kirk, for that matter, that has truly demonstrated this person got this job and this person right here does not have the merit. Trump fired a lot of people when he first became president again, yelling DEI. I don't recall seeing any of them that actually did not have the merit. Other than, look, you're African-American, and I believe you being African-American got you this job. You're a woman, and I believe you only got the job because you're a woman. But the people had merit. The people actually had merit. So I really wish that when they're going after people yelling DEI, they would at least present some actual cases of people that got jobs without merit. Because I haven't seen that yet. To me, they're terminating the jobs of people based on DEI just seems like it's, well, you're black or you're a woman or you're gay. They seem to have the merit. It just seems like they fired them because they were, for lack of a better phrase, not white. That's it. I mean, they fired some pretty heavy brass military personnel. They clearly had the merit. So it just seemed like they fired them because they weren't white, in my opinion. And like I said, Charlie Kirk did the same thing. Somebody got in the comments, Charlie Kirk is dirt napping. What the hell are you talking about there, Lee? Do away with hiding quotas based on ethnicity. Look, at the end of the day, you're not going to get rid of DEI. You're not going to get rid of it. You just call it other shit. How many times have I said on this show that DEI has been the American way from day one? We've always known that most managerial and positions of leadership were going to go to white males. For most of America's history, you knew the next guy getting this managerial position, chief of police, head of the CEO of the bus company, director of the park district, the next judge, the next mayor, the next governor. You knew the person was going to be a white man. That's how most of America's history has been. That's DEI. You're only getting it because you're a white male. Doesn't matter how much merit or education or anything else that a Hispanic woman has. She's not getting the job. The white dude's getting the job. Everybody knew that. That's DEI. How's that not DEI? The job because his skin color is putting him the next fire chief. Doesn't matter how great the black guy is out there at putting out fires. The white dude is getting the job, period. That's been most of America's history. Nobody started bitching about this stuff until it started being awarded to people that were not white. But most of America's history, the folks getting jobs solely based on God-given characteristics were white people. And now it goes without saying, the people that are most vocal against DEI are white males, the ones who used to benefit from it the most. And I totally understand it. I totally understand. If I always used to get special attention, I'm gonna be the main one speaking out when you start giving it to other people, because I don't feel like I don't want to be equal. I want to be back where I was on top. But it's always been that way. But in addition to DEI and getting jobs because of your skin color, sexuality, or whatever the hell else, how many people get jobs because of your dad or because of your mom or because of your uncle? Nepotism is huge in American society. That's huge. And that applies probably by far more to white males. Probably by far more to white people. I mean, look, your dad was, was on the police force. So you're going to likely get first digs at being a cop. How do you think the Irish, all of those Irish just getting those police positions? It wasn't because of merit. It's because of who they were, because of what they were. I mean, that's just part of American history. You're not going to get rid of that by preventing people of color from doing it, because you can be damn sure it's still in the white community as well. Whether we're talking legacy admissions in schools, all of that's the same shit. You're only getting admitted because your dad used to work here, or your dad donated money, or your dad's an alumni. You didn't earn this no more than any other student applying. You got it because your dad used to be a big donor to the institution. So I don't understand why, when the minority community is now getting some sort of pseudo benefit, it's all of a sudden a major problem when this shit has been happening from day one. All over the place has been happening. All over the place. This stuff has been happening. To some degree, the minority community is the only community that hasn't been benefiting from it. They're the only community throughout American history that has not been benefiting from it. So they start benefiting from it from what, the 1980s until now. They get a generation or two, and people are suddenly pissed off. But most of America's history, every other community was, and by the way, in the comments, Teddy Owens just said qualified, though. A lot of the folks they're firing for DEI are qualified. They're still yelling DEI. They're still saying it. A lot of these African-American and women and LGBTQ folks that they're firing yelling DEI are qualified for the job. They're totally qualified. You are wrong. Delighted it is genetic. It is not a choice or learned. Huh? I don't know what you mean by that. But the point I'm saying is, if people getting jobs, positions of leadership, university admissions, you name it, beneficial positions in society solely based on God-given characteristics has always been that way. It is all. You think that Trump, Don Jr. and Eric, do you think that they're just getting those? Do you think they got to where they are and President Trump had nothing to do with it? Hunter Biden, you think that he would have been there if it wasn't for his dad? Really? What's the difference? You think Hunter Biden earned that? Do you think Don Jr. or Eric earned where they are? Jared Kushner getting a $2 billion deal with the Saudis because he's married into the Trump family. What's the difference? You think he has the merit to get that? You think he actually had the merit to get that shit? No, he got it because of his connections to the Trump family. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. I don't know why all of a sudden, for some reason, when the minority started getting a little bit leg up, everybody got ape shit. It's always happened that way. Eric Trump should be doing cold calls for insurance, if not for day. Oh my God. Anyhow, folks, I do appreciate the 130,000, whatever that says up there. I do got to step away for a minute, but you guys know how the program is ran. We don't block, ban, or censor. Feel free to follow us if you're watching on TikTok. Give your guy a sub if you happen to be watching on YouTube. We're here most weekdays. We will be here tomorrow. Nevertheless, I do got to step away. It is your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. You guys take care. And I don't know what I just hit there, but take care, you folks on YouTube. Catch you tomorrow.